How to use that shit, bro.
So, welcome back. Welcome back to the show. It's been a little bit. If you guys are just joining us, my name is Hesco. This is James. We got a guest in, call sign Battle Troll. No Battle Troll for a hot minute here. He's one of our oldie but goodies. We've been friends for a really long time, and just decided to bring him on the show and just BS with him and talk about what's been going on in politics and in the government in the last couple of weeks, and just kind of BS and see what he thinks. See. All right, Battle Troll, tell us where to give us a little bit about you, like where you from, what's going on, and weird little background on you.
I grew up in Houston. Joined the Army as an old man. I was 27 when I got in. Met you.
True.
Did 2 tours with you, and
yeah.
Then left for 3rd ID after the 82nd, and then I died and went to Hood.
Right.
Yep.
Retired out of here, and now I just do volunteer security work for the school.
Oh, right on.
That's
If you want, turn a little bit. Turn your chair a little bit and move over here. Move over here so you can be actually like your head is in frame. There you go. Yeah. So we did our first tour was in Kosovo if I'm not mistaken. 01 towards the winter.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Freak snowstorm.
Bro.
Never been to Kosovo. So.
Bro.
It was nice, and then all of a sudden one day, this snowstorm just came in out of nowhere, froze our asses off.
Nice.
It was horrible.
So this was supposed to be a cream puff peacekeeping mission. Like,
right.
We're just gonna walk the streets of our sector until we go home. Like, maybe deal with a couple demonstrations here and there. Nothing crazy. Just maintain security, facilitate human services. Nothing crazy. We had ammo, and we were ready to go, but it was kind of like we were like in condition green, so condition 1, just basically your mag in the well, nothing locked and loaded, and just ready for anything, but low tempo.
Right.
And then the Macedonians,
The eggs.
yeah, the Macedonians decided that it was time to take back some ancestral lands. And the Albanian guerrillas didn't want to let them have it. And then the Serbians were caught in the middle of all this stuff. And next thing you know, our company was right front and center to all this stuff. So they sent us out to the mountains.
Yeah,
and
we get a call. We're all in this bunk area. It was horrible. Anyway,
I was in Debelde when we got that call.
We were in
Vitina in the fob.
Yeah, we were in the fob.
Yeah.
In Vitina. Then we got the call. Everybody rushed. I was the only one that was laying in my polypros, just relaxing. We threw on everything, hopped in the Humvee, went up into the damn mountains.
Yeah.
I was the only one wearing cold weather gear.
Yeah.
Everybody was, even with this stuff, I was freezing my ass off. They put us on the side of a hill on top of, what was that, SUSV?
Yeah, so...
just a blizzard rolled in on you?
Yes. Yeah. So we got a SUSV, which is it's a snowcat, basically,
right.
with a snowcat trailer for passengers.
Right.
Yeah, no heat in that damn thing.
There's no
say.
Heating. It's the main cab had some heating off the ducts there, but it's from the engine. It's pure engine heat.
Just trying to survive off each other's farts.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the CO's bright idea was they told us, hey, the MAC Army is going to be coming up this dirt road with a battalion of tanks.
Right.
And we need you guys to slow them down with a 240 machine gun. That's it.
Hey, it's doable.
They wouldn't give us any javelins.
It's doable.
No.
Y'all paratroopers, make it happen.
We're going that way.
No, we were gonna do something. I mean, probably dying in place.
Yeah.
But,
What kind of tanks is the Mac being
It
Macedonians?
was
I think it was
T-72s.
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 So it was a combination of T-72s, T-62s.
Right.
Old Russian crap.
So, it's all Warsaw Pact stuff.
Right.
But they were supposed to push this column of tanks to take over this ancestral lands. Well, the civilians got word that this was happening, and they started evacing and getting the hell out of Dodge. So they're coming the other way as we're pushing up to go face to face with the Macedonians.
Right.
And it was the first time we were in that kind of elevation. So we're pushing all of our gear. I mean, we're close to 100 pounds of gear up these mountains, and we had to go through all these goat trails because of the minefields.
Yo, yeah.
So
Everybody was giving us grief about. They're like, we don't know why you guys are walking on the road so close together because there are minefields all around us.
Well, but they're marked.
Right.
So in that area,
Yeah.
they were marked. Like the freaking UN had marked them. So
Right.
they're there. Not only are they on my map, but they're on the markers are on the road. So
Danger.
and we had ran through a minefield maybe a month, not even a month prior to that.
Yeah.
So by mistake.
Yeah, they were like, okay, we had helicopters guiding us to a freaking supposed IED making house. And we get there and they're like, wrong house. No, it's the one across that field. We go hauling ass across that field when we realize we're running through a minefield.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know how we didn't die.
Bro, you dropped a whole bag of ammo, a whole box of ammo.
I was sitting there having to, as we're running, trying to reload the damn bag as we're going. Our gunner stayed at the camp that day.
He had a bandolier 7.62 sitting in this flimsy-ass cardboard box.
Yeah.
The cardboard box came undone as we're running through the minefield. And this is after we realized that it's a minefield because there's like little humps of dirt and upturned cows everywhere. And I think it was Stilly that was like,
No.
who was it that yelled minefield first? Somebody yelled minefield. Was it McCarroll?
I don't remember.
It was one of these dudes. So somebody was like, this is a freaking minefield. And we're already committed. So we're like, go. Because we got C2 guiding us to this raid. And what happened was that they went my right, your left, basically.
Right.
They said, yeah, well, it's the house on the left. Well, it's his left, our right. So we went the wrong way. And we kicked in this door, bro. Frame came off the wall and everything. It's a family huddled on a space heater going like, wrong house. So then we're like, it's the other house. So we had to run across this field. And a quarter of the way into it, realized a minefield. We still go. We're like, go. And then this dude drops that bag, just falls apart on him. And just fucking 7.62 everywhere.
Right.
So he's sitting here. Friendship was not existing. Bro, you want to talk about leaving your friend? I left his ass to police up that ammo. I'm like,
we were running. He takes off ahead, and I'm just like, as we're running, trying to get it all back in the box. I've still got the LT going, stay right here with me. And I'm like, like hell, get away from me. I'm not standing right next to you.
yeah, because we couldn't run in a single file.
Right.
We're hitting an objective. So now we're crossing a danger area. But it's an open field, so we got to maintain our spread. But it's a minefield now.
Right.
So now it's pretty much every man for himself. And once we get to the other side, whoever's left is going to finish the raid. We get to the place. We ended up clearing. We set up support by fire and everything. We clear the house and whatever. And that's when I think it was first platoon it was second platoon. Sadler. No,
Sadler was with us.
It wasn't Sadler. Some of the other guys went into the basement that had like a barn and found the dude stashing the explosives inside the donkey.
Oh my god.
So he had his full arm inside the donkey's butt. You can hear the donkey outside. You're on the radio. They call for veterinarian services and EOD to get these all these explosives out of this donkey's ass.
At least they had that entertainment. What did I get to do?
You call
I
this
got to
entertainment.
escort this freaking 70-year-old man over to the shitter and watch him sit there and squat and stare at me as he was taking a dump right there.
Yeah. That's a freaking
That was so much fun.
That was such a nightmare. But we had just come off of this nonsense.
Right.
And now we're pushing up to that buffer zone to freaking meet up these tanks head on, and we got no rockets.
Nothing.
So
and they put the two of us on top of the Sus V, staring down at the road into the valley, and we're like, "What are we gonna do, man? I don't know."
What are you gonna do, man? That's like, so they're like, all right, Vasquez, or I'm sorry, yeah. They're like, all right, freaking.
Yeah, you'll bleep it later.
Yeah, I'll believe it later. They're like, Esco, freaking battle troll, go freaking. You're gonna be right here. I want you guys to watch this. So we were it. And we just sat there like, this is insane. I was like, we don't even have any rockets. I was like, I know.
And then the best part was like, the blizzard started coming through.
Oh, bro.
And, of course, smart officers don't know how the equipment works. They're telling me, well, use the clue and just scan. I'm like, it's a blizzard. It's blocking out anything with heat. What do you want me to look for? Everything's white. It's cold. There's nothing. I can't get past the snow.
So right. to give a little context, because we got audio listeners too. So basically, they put me and Battle Troll on this hilltop to scan with a thermal sight in the middle of a blizzard. Now, it's a blizzard. Like, it's complete whiteout condition. I don't have any snow gear, any winter gear on at all.
Right.
He has a little bit on him, but we're still freezing. And then we got this infrared sight that we're supposed to be scanning because tanks are coming. These Germans are coming, right?
This is German.
But it got to the point we're trying to tell them, it's like, there's no point in scanning with this thing because we can't see anything. There's everything. There's no. There's nothing hot. So everything is. There's sheets of ice falling right in front of our sight. So we can't. It's ineffective. Maybe nowadays the FLIR systems for the clue and for some of these other elements may be a lot better. But back then, this is Gen 1 stuff.
Yeah.
It barely worked as it was. Like, if you turned on, if you were to hit a tank with a rocket, you had to figure that. That's what you wanted to do about 5 minutes prior,
right?
Because you had to let it cool down, and so there's this new technology for the infantry, So we sat there and we just froze, man. There was no relief.
Mm-mm.
So we're like, okay, so who's gonna relieve us? Oh, we'll send somebody up there. Well, by the time it was time to send somebody up there, people couldn't get up there because they had snowed feet.
Right.
Like, we're talking about 4. Well, how many? We had like 4 or 5 feet along the sides. Like, we had to dig our way out of there. So we had to dig our way out of that mountain.
Right.
And while the other crew dug their way to us, so we had to, and we had. I think we had one E-tool between the both of us or something like that. I don't know. But
we were so ill-equipped
we were so ill-equipped for it, man. And it was just a shit operation, all just hastily put together. That wasn't really, it didn't really do anything. Because in the end, when we took our final position, which we did the air assault mission into,
schoolhouse on the other side.
The schoolhouse on the top, the barn at the top, where we ended up putting shitters and all that.
Yeah.
It's the same mountaintop we left Tommy T.
Yeah.
By himself, because
he was directing traffic off and then realized, wait, I can't get back.
So we secured the mountaintop. We secured this mountaintop with no interference, no resistance whatsoever. We took it, set up a hard perimeter, and now the French sent these Pumas to come and get us. So the French land. We're PC posture, getting ready to go. Yeah. French land, the helicopters land, we load up. And there are hand and arm signals to guide helicopters into small landing pads. This was not a small landing pad. It was barely needed. The French, very competent in landing freaking helicopters.
Right.
They didn't need anybody.
Right.
But this guy who was 3 sheets to the wind, he was bonkers. He was cool for Cobra Puffs. So he's out there hand directing these helicopters. They're not listening to this guy. He's out there freaking waving his arms and going a little to the left, a little to the right, and blah, blah, doing all the hand and arm signals.
Yeah.
Well, we load up, and he's doing the same hand and arm signals and spinning them up and going like, all right, very good. And he guides us into liftoff. Well, the pilots listen. We get up, and we start freaking dropping out of this mountain to catch freaking some speed. And one of the pilots goes like, so is that guy supposed to be with us? And I look over and I see just enough of, here he is going like giving the signal for go in the direction of travel. So he's still sitting on the mountaintop like that. He's the only dude there. It's like, we're just dropping out of view. I'm like, bro. So I think it was, I don't know if it was Hiddle Bottle or one of them had the headphones. Like, you know, shit. So like, it's like, hey, we left Triple T is still down there. And the French guy's like, well, he's going to have to come back. You know, somebody else is going to have to come back and get him. We're like, okay. It's like,
somebody marched the Valley of Death to get him, didn't they?
Yeah, we did. Like me and...
I know I wasn't on that.
No. Sorry. My apologies. We ended up marching that later, but 1st Platoon went up there.
Okay.
First Platoon went Boogaloo and Cannon and all them dudes.
Yeah.
They were the ones that had to go up there and freak out.
Valley of Death, dude. It was a valley. It went like this and then like this.
Yeah, it was 1st Platoon because I think Baker was. I don't know if Baker was there, but because Baker was 1st Platoon. But
you want a funny story about Hesco?
Oh yeah. Do it.
He learned you can't pee up a hill.
You can.
He was like, I need to go while we're going down the Valley of Death. He turns around and pees up the hill. And it comes back, he's like, damn it! We're like, dude, did your dad teach you not to pee up a hill? It's kind of like, don't pee into the wind.
Bro. Yeah, dude. There's a lot of learning. There's a lot of learning in that tour.
It was a good time.
Lord have mercy, man. We had so much... we had Frank, man. We had so much nonsense. We had the crazy freaking that crazy security company that was out there wreaking havoc. Panther Security.
Yeah, all the cops.
And dude, there was so many freaking weird moments in that place.
It was nice. The day the EOD came running out of that house because there was that stack of anti-tank mines.
Right.
It was they went in going, we got this, and then they came running out of the house like, it's on a timer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did it go off?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. There was that one time where I think it was who was our radio operator? Was it Fundoc?
Fundoc. Fundoc was doing it that
So
point.
Fundoc left it. Remember, we forgot the battery, and we were late.
Yeah.
So then our patrol launched late, and then an IED went off right where we were supposed to be in our patrol route. So I mean, but that was our first tour. That was mayhem. That
was chaos.
Yeah, it's just mayhem, like
nothing but problems and
like just problems and all kinds of nonsense. And
for the day he shit himself while we were doing the TCP.
Oh, bro!
Oh, what the fuck?
Squad leader freaking pooped his pants, bro.
And he had to call it over company net.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, man.
Oh, he kept saying, I need to be relieved. I need to be relieved.
No!
Dude.
And they're like, why? And he wouldn't say it. So finally he was like, I pooped my pants.
Yeah. I pooped my pants.
The whole battalion heard it. Everybody died laughing. Me and V were all the way down. At the end of the road, we were at the very end of this thing.
The
and we're
poor
just sitting there
bastard,
listening
man.
to the radio. We about fell on the ground laughing.
It's like I pooped my pants.
Oh, man.
Bro.
Oh, good times.
That guy was a riot, man.
Oh, geez.
So he was like, he was a guy you just wanted to, like, you were kind of torn between kicking his ass or giving him a hug. It's it's one of those things, man. That guy was special. I mean, he got us through it. So I mean, we got ourselves through it because it was kind of more of us policing each other, including him, you know, and and vice versa. So we're all new to that kind of stuff, but it's that place is just pure mayhem, man. There's so much nonsense. But then we went to we ended up in Iraq for the initial push in 2003. And he got a bunch of stories from about me on that one, but we got a bunch of stories from that freaking tour. That was completely different. Yeah. Let's just say Kosovo did not prepare us.
No, whole different world.
Well, at least donkey bombs still existed.
Donkey bombs.
It's good to know those are universal. Yeah. I came across a few donkey bombs in Iraq.
Yeah, donkey bombs were a thing. That's as far back as. As far back as I remember dealing with that particular hazard.
But to see one in the initial phases of its creation must have been a special moment.
It was right in the middle of
this fucking sick bastard with his arm all the way up a donkey's ass.
So they're there like guns up.
Yeah.
Bro, they're there guns up trying to get this guy.
Yeah.
I was like, Stalili Butsov, trying to get him to freaking put his hands up. I was like, stop or we'll shoot. And he's like, one full arm, shoulder deep. And then
slowly pull out of the animal.
So then everybody's, of course, wondering. Like, I mean, it wasn't a long wonder, but we're like, why? Like, why is his hand in that donkey's butt? And the donkey's furiously trying to get off, trying to get the hell out of there.
Well, I'm pretty sure it got off.
Oh, I'm sure. Somebody did.
Yeah.
So I tell you, man, when the call came in for EOD and veterinarian services.
Hopefully the same person.
I'm sitting there like a kid with two different sets of Legos and not all of the Legos, like trying to put that whole thing together. Like, how is EOD and the veterinarian, and how's this gonna work, man?
It's not.
I still don't know what ended up happening after that because I picked up security somewhere and they like put me behind a tree somewhere. So I don't know how that broke down, but we were there for a while.
Yeah, we were there long.
We were there for a long while. We were there so long, I think the locals brought us breakfast.
Yeah, because I know the sun was up before we left.
Like the locals were like, yeah, that assault team hasn't eaten. Let's go ahead and start a food plan. Yeah, let's go ahead. And the locals just started bringing us food.
That's nice.
It's like,
that was different.
Bacon and eggs, biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just breads and stuff.
Right.
I mean, whatever mountain people eat,
Yeah.
It's just for breakfast.
The breads there were really good.
Goat testicles.
Potatoes, not even boiled. It's like the full.
Just the raw potato.
Raw potato. Here you go, potato. It's like, oh, thanks. Thanks a lot, sir. It's like, shukran. It's like, what the fuck am I?
Here, it's premature vodka.
It's a fucking brick. I mean, we definitely got a lot of that. I mean, we had we did try to bust out that nightclub that one time. I mean,
my gosh, bro. Yeah, I forgot about that,
dude. Yeah, that tour was a disaster, bro.
It was such a mess.
That tour was a disaster. None of us knew what the fuck we were doing, bro.
Yeah, and then Tommy T grabs a set of PVS 14s and puts them in his freaking rucksack and forgets about it. We're locked down for what, 2 days?
Two full days.
Yeah, and they're tearing apart all our gear trying to find this thing for 2 days. Then he finally goes, oh yeah, I had it the whole time.
Yeah, bro.
Oh my God.
That guy was, so that guy followed us all the way to Iraq now. And
then he ended up in Qatar.
Yeah, well, that's where we. They couldn't deny him. He was a master sergeant. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I don't know. After Qatar, I don't know what happened to that guy, But
He was close to retirement anyway.
but he was he was thrown off way back then. So Kosovo wasn't as austere as this dude would. We had some pretty decent hooches, and this guy would still like throw a poncho over his head and red lens flashlight on to read books. I mean, like we were in a perimeter in the Nam, bro. Like I was like, dude, we're in an open bay with AC.
It's fucking denying with white people.
Bro, it's
It was like I told you, you had to be careful when you talk to him too. You either
Yeah,
got Ray Ray or one of the other three, and you don't want Ray Ray.
yeah. Ray was the ghetto angry black man that lived inside of him that was not in the army. So, yeah, that dude was like a pimp in South Central or something. I don't know what his fucking deal was, but you got Ray, you got problems. And then he would ask himself questions, and then the other voices would answer those questions.
I told you the story,
And,
yeah.
bro,
Yeah, you
We
did.
were
But
training for Kosovo. My introduction to my squad and platoon
yeah,
was my platoon sergeant arguing with himself. You should have told him about that. I know I should have told him, but I didn't want to. And going, back and forth for like 10 minutes.
like
What the hell?
he would argue, so with himself, like,
Nice guy when he was normal, though.
yeah,
When he had the normal Tommy T, it was nice.
yeah. I mean, and I testify to that. I mean, that the guy.
And he was money smart.
Oh yeah.
Really money smart.
Oh yeah. But the guy bought me a set of tires for my car one day.
right.
When I was down and out, you know, and I needed tires for my car, and he's like, "Come here," and he bought a set of tires for me. So. I asked him, "Oh, when I'll pay you back? Don't pay me back. Just don't do it again." You know. And I'm like, okay. But that cat, I had to drive him around for a while, because he was like Force Pro Sergeant Major or whatever the hell he was. That was the position, or Force. This a different breakdown in the chain of command, but they didn't know where to put this dude. So they made him Force Protection head honcho, so he was in charge of plussing up our perimeter.
Right.
Our perimeter in Baghdad was literally pushed up dirt with some concertina wire around, and that was it. Before the dirt, it was a bunch of Bradleys, and they got rid of the Bradleys, or they went somewhere, and they just pushed up some dirt, and we just kind of sat there. And so it was his responsibility to keep improving that perimeter. That cat, bro. Did you hear the story when we took hostages?
Yeah.
Oh,
I heard about that.
bro. I mean, like we had a labor force of Iraqis that were working our Force Pro.
Yeah.
They were not free to leave.
You might want to stop there.
No, it don't matter. All those people are dead. All the people are dead. So yeah, it was. I'm telling you, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Interesting times.
It was crazy. But then I mean, hell, we had so much. I mean, when he found the water, or when we discovered the water source, it was a pipe sticking out of the ground from a cement factory.
Yeah, that's lovely. You can trust that.
Bro, he did.
Yeah.
Like, we were filling up jerry cans of this stuff. I'm like, I don't think we should drink this.
Probably not.
I don't think we should drink this.
Now, you're about to find out why the Army trains water purification specialists.
Yeah. So, I mean.
Because you drink foul water, you're done.
Yeah, but that's.
You ever wanted to lose weight, it's either meth or dysentery.
Yeah, we got a little bit of that on that tour. I mean, it's inevitable, but you're gonna eat some stuff that you shouldn't.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna put your fingers in your mouth, or you're gonna do something. So it's.
I'm pretty sure I got like a bout of dysentery just from the DFAC food we were getting, but we were getting like mermite shipped in from another DFAC far away. So, like, we never had food cooked on our base; it was just mermite.
Yeah, we ended up getting mermites later on. It was hot breakfast, hot dinner. That's what it was.
That was like the only hot food we ever had was
I've
mermite.
gotten separated from y'all. Me, Stilly, and the others, we got moved over to that BTR factory where First AD had their pogue set up.
Oh, okay.
That was fun.
Yeah, no,
they were
we
scared. So they
of
asked
what?
for some infantry. Don't know.
So they asked for infantry?
Yeah. And they made sure we were about 400 yards away, too. They were like, we'll be at this end of the factory. It's all big, walled facility.
Right.
And we were all the way at this end.
Yeah, that was it Colonel Gold? The dude that was in charge of that task force?
I don't remember.
That weird guy that always talked about sex. That's all you ever talked about?
What the fuck kind of people were y'all dealing with?
Yeah, bro. Legs.
I said legs.
These idiots, mortar attack happened. We were down using their showers. And mortar attack happened. They all ran like crazy people, and we could tell it wasn't close. So we kind of went, all right, well, we're fine. And we finished taking our shower,
Right.
and we hop in the Humvee, and we start driving back to our end of the fob.
Yeah.
And they have their entire damn battalion outside the biggest building on that place in formation, doing an accountability.
And yeah, that's smart.
This is right after hostilities.
Yeah,
when the insurgency started.
Hostilities. Yeah.
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 But it was like, man, you guys are more. They're looking at us like we're crazy. And we're like, you guys are in formation. We're not. We're out of here.
That's bonkers.
Yeah. Anyway.
I can't remember a time we ever did formation in Iraq. That's insane.
Well, I'll tell you what. Every time somebody got seriously fucked up.
Yeah. I bet.
Because there's a couple people in the dirt right now that I know for a fact that got hit in formations.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So it's
Stupidity.
Yeah, stupidity. I mean, hell, Doughton freaking started an armory.
Oh my gosh.
Remember that guy? Yeah, I can say his name. Fuck that guy.
Asshole.
I hope he sees that shit. I hope he sees this podcast.
I just want you to know I still fucking hate you and I hope you die.
Yeah.
I hate that guy.
Yeah,
he
that
and I
guy.
hated each other with a passion.
Yeah, that dude.
I have no idea who the fuck y'all are talking about.
He's
Good.
a-
I was never
he
82nd
ended up
Airborne.
sergeant-
I was an
He
armor.
ended up battalion sergeant major.
Oh, nice for him. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
He was hated so much by the company that when we got back, he somehow, through all his hiding and, cowardly actions,
Oh yeah.
he got an Archon with a V somehow.
And he deserved it.
Yeah. And when he got it, the entire company turned around.
About faced him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's how much of a scumbag he was.
Sounds like y'all are like watching out for him
Oh, yeah.
turn
No,
to-
I hope you see this. And I
to
hope
face
you know how much we
threats
just did.
on behalf of him.
Yeah. We're watching his six. Yeah.
Dude, they in the middle of a freaking firefight, they sent radar looking for him. And they found him in a freaking slit trench crying.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's kinda-
maybe he got some bad news that day. I mean,
Yeah, right.
like his mom died or something.
And this is the same guy that he came to us from Ranger Battalion. Just, I'm better than all of you, blah, blah, blah. And we had just come back from Kosovo and all that. And we're like, okay, whatever. You don't have a single deployment ribbon, but okay. And he was, for the whole time, was talking nothing but smack to us until we left. And then when we get over there, every single major action, he was locked in a room or hiding out somewhere crying.
How do you know he was crying though?
Oh, because everyone that found him let everybody know.
I mean, maybe he was disseminating intelligence
Yeah,
to
right.
to make
It's
sure
horrible.
to make sure your movements were on point and tactically
He
efficient.
was crying for his men. Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Right. As him and the CO hid in that room, locked away.
We're surrounded. We're surrounded.
We came to pull. Okay, Vian is great stand in Fallujah. That's always a great story. But
We haven't talked
we were
about
pulling
that
them out,
on the
and
show
a
yet.
freaking lieutenant comes out and says, "Hey, I'm in charge because the CO and first sergeant are locked in a room in there and won't come out."
Were they in a relationship at the time, or
No.
oh, were they
They
trying?
straight
who
up locked
knows?
themselves in a
That's the
But-
thing. I mean, you can't assume. That was a don't ask, don't tell day. So I mean, you got to keep it secret.
Whatever.
True.
What?
True.
I'm wondering when he's gonna realize I'm just trying to fucking
I
troll
know
him.
you're fucking messing with me, but it just,
I don't care.
those guys are freaking. They were both cowards. And our CO at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a former 18 series.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
Engineer.
the cleft lip
Yeah.
Davis.
Yeah. Davis.
Yeah, cleft lip Davis. Walked
Fucking
around with a
coward,
limp
dude.
They're out there.
like I mean, yeah. It's They're in the 82nd.
They're in the 82nd.
Ranger Bat doesn't want them.
Yeah. Get rid of these guys.
Remember that meme of the three people in the award stand and the third place guy?
Yeah. The fucking,
popping,
yeah.
He's like biting the medal, the third place medal, just like popping freaking champagne. The 82nd. Yeah, that's us. Yeah.
Special Forces, Rangers, 82nd. Yeah,
it's no kidding, man. We get some mutants. Bro, you remember Hank Frank for Kosovo?
What the fuck did you just say?
The twins? The twins that were retarded?
Yeah.
It was Hank Frank something and then Hank something. I forget their last names.
Are you serious?
That's serious, yeah. So we're doing a plus up.
Their parents were cunts.
We're doing a plus up. It's the 82nd, bro. So we're doing a plus up for Kosovo. So they wanted all the best guys to go.
Right.
They want guys with as best guys as they can muster, because the last time the 82nd was there, Staff Sergeant Ranji from freaking 3rd Battalion, freaking 1st 325, freaking raped and killed a girl, a minor, and his squad freaking
killed her,
but curb stomped her to death. And it's on the news. It's there. It's public information. And his squad assisted in covering it up and everything. Yeah, this is bananas.
It was a big deal when we went back. So we had to be perfect.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah. So the thing is that, so the people, the local nationals, they don't know the difference between 3rd Battalion and 1st Battalion. They don't know.
Of course.
So they just know the double A's and triple A's. So they're like, those freaking rapists are back, right?
Right.
So we're under that scrutiny.
Yeah.
For that deployment. So they did this huge workup, even though that deployment was hardly anything we did in that workup actually turned up. But in any case, we're flushing the toilets. So we get this guy that's like, cross-eyed dude, Hank Frank. We're like, oh, that dude is deficient. Let's go ahead and so they're like, hey, Specialist Vasquez, man, Specialist freaking Hesco. What do you think, man? I was like, oh, that guy's he's got extra chromosomes, bro. So we freaking sent his ass to another unit. And they're giving us a 1-for-1, same billet, right? So 1-for-1, dude. And
we get his opposite,
bro. So we go back in formation the next day. So all right, Hank Frank, you're gonna go to this battalion, pack up your stuff. Oh, So he packs his stuff, and we sent him on his way. The next day we do formation. There's Hank Frank. I'm like, bro, we told you, Hank, bro, it's time for you to skedaddle. You got a report date. You got to get the hell out of here. Oh, no, dispatcher, that is my brother, Frank Hank. I am, Hank Frank. I am Frank Hank. And, get the fuck out of here, bro. They sent us.
Oh, yeah, I'd have been hot. Get fucked.
They sent us the same. They saw
his twin brother.
His twin brother was in their unit, and they're like, oh.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know what? Fuck me? No, fuck you.
Yeah.
There you go. 1-for-1. And we couldn't get rid of him because we already did 1-for-1, so we're stuck with twin brothers just as deficient as the other guy.
Oh, my God.
What was the name of the knife kid that fell in love with Trash Girl?
What the fuck?
Was it Kitchen? Kitchen?
No, it wasn't Kitchen.
Kitchen didn't go to that deployment. No.
Can't remember that kid's name. He was
God
a short
damn
kid.
it! Yeah.
There was like this 12-year-old girl that we always caught in the dumpster, so we called her Trash Girl.
Okay.
Yeah. And he fell in love with her.
Who is this knife person?
Okay, he was
Selby.
Yeah.
Selby. The dude. That's the dude that kicked out of the was sleeping in the coffin.
Yeah, that's him.
That guy.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
No, this dude was weird. Dude, he went to the shower with not one, not two, but 3 knives. He had a big pig sticker in his hand, one hanging on his neck, and one jabbed in his towel. And he went to the showers that way. And he slept in a damn coffin until First Sergeant made him get rid of it.
Me.
Was it you? I thought it was First Sergeant.
First Sergeant.
Dude, he was weird. And he was going on for like half the deployment going, I love Trash Girl. I'm coming back for Trash Girl.
She's 12?
Yeah, she was like 12. Yeah, dude, he was weird. I don't know why we took him.
Like,
Seriously, dude, he was bizarre.
The most professional military organization in the United
That's
States
right.
Army, the 82nd Airborne, All-American Division.
No, just stick
Fucking
with
twats.
alcoholics
What the hell is wrong with
It
you?
explains a lot.
Bro.
Oh my gosh.
If anybody out there is considering joining the United States military as a paratrooper, watch the show.
No, when we went to war, we somehow got rid of all those people.
Yeah. Well,
Funny how that works.
well, they
Thank
started,
you, war. But
yeah, they started the ATS too, so it was kind of like it was time for them to start cycling out of there.
They didn't stop loss?
You know, they stop loss a couple.
Everybody
people.
got stop lost.
yeah, I was supposed to go to Fort Drum, and I got stop loss.
Yeah,
Fort
it's
Drum would have prepared you well for Kosovo, apparently.
Yeah.
yeah, but that was bonkers, man. So Selby was a maniac, man. That guy. So
I wonder what happened to him, honestly, because he
Probably
was
died,
so
bro.
weird.
he's probably dead.
That wouldn't surprise me. Or maybe he did go back to Kosovo. For
Maybe he did.
girl.
Maybe he's
I
in
don't
the
know.
dumpsters now with her, and she's 30,
What?
he's 40,
Oh my
and
gosh.
yeah, it's that. So
What the fuck is wrong with you people?
This is the group we ended up with. It's weird. It got better in the war, but before that, I don't know what the hell was going on.
bro, there was just so much going on, man. It's just that it's a lot happened on that deployment. It was just so weird, and
Oh, and right before we left, what's his name? Barged into CO's office and goes, I sucked dick this weekend and I liked it.
yeah.
He was gone same day. We never saw him again.
Oh, bro.
Was he serious or was he just trying to get out?
I don't know. All I know is that's what happened. He barged into the CO's office and said that.
Okay, so he tried. I don't know if he was gay.
What year was this? Because, I mean, context is important
No, it was still.
there.
It was
That
still. It was
01.
01?
It was before, well, no,
Right.
2000. It was before we left
2000,
the coast.
bro. It was
So
2000.
these are the days that, like, don't ask,
So
don't tell. So if you
it's
were found
still-
to be gay in the military, you immediately got booted.
Yeah.
Right,
And
right.
this CO made it happen faster than normal.
So this
Yeah.
dude, I guess he was trying to get the word out. I didn't pick up on it because I don't know. It's like one of those.
That's the thing.
things
Was he
that-
gay or?
I don't fucking know.
Okay.
So I was on CQ one day, which is charge of quarters. So
Yeah.
for those of you guys that aren't familiar with that stuff, you know, you get guard duty at the barracks and you sit there for 24 hours and you just man the phones
Yep.
and whatever.
Horrible.
Well, there's a
You get the next day off, so.
yeah, you get the next day off.
The only time you get screwed is, like, you CQ on Friday, and they're like, oh, next day, yeah, fuck
yeah,
you.
next day is
Yeah.
Saturday, so yeah, you're off anyways. But,
Yeah.
So I used to charge people for Fridays,
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that, so I make a little bit of money on the side. But the CQ had also this ammo can that was full of loose money. So we donated money. It's called a cap fund.
Yep.
So the cap fund was to prevent people from
Yeah.
from drunk driving.
Right.
So if you got hammered at a bar, you call CQ, and CQ you can use the cap fund to go get you a cab, and you can pay it back. So this guy calls, and I opened the ammo can, and it's like next to nothing in there because nobody repaid the cap fund. So yeah,
Yeah, of course.
of course. So I opened the ammo can, there's next to nothing there, and I'm like, okay, well, I was like, well, let me go get this dude. So I had a car, so I'm like,
Right.
I'll go get him. The guy tells me the Spectrum nightclub. I'm like, Spectrum? What the fuck is that? And mind you, I'm an E4. I've lived in the barracks. I know all the spots in Fayetteville, North Carolina,
Right.
Fayetteville.
So Vietnam.
Fayetteville, if there was dirt in Fayetteville, I knew where to get it. You know what I mean? So you wanted an extra Humvee. I got you, bro. Like, you know, what year? You know what I mean? Like, it's like,
The Mafia was real.
bro, the E4 Mafia is no joke, bro. Like, I got trained up by freaking shout out Specialist Golden. Fucking love you, man. Fuck you, Specialist Golden was the man. He trained me and freaking John Boyette too. He was up there. So
Booey.
yeah, Bob Bowie. So Specialist Flowers, all them dudes. I learned from the best, bro. Poopy, freaking Myers, Specialist Myers, all them cats, bro. It's like they were proud of me, bro. So
Right.
so this guy called, and I did not know where this place was. I was like, that's rare because I've drank in every bar. Mind you, I'm like 18, 19, not even. So I'm not legal, but I've been drinking in every single bar in Vietnam since, and I don't know where this place is.
Right.
So I'm like, fine, got it. Spectrum. What the fuck? This is before Google and
Yeah, of course.
no Google Maps.
Yeah.
So I'm like driving around aimlessly.
Yahoo search.
Yeah, I'm driving around aimlessly for this
AOL.
stuff. Yeah, yeah. So I stop at a gas station, and I'm like, gas station is where you get your maps or you get your.
Yeah.
Usually the gas station attendant, even back
yeah,
in
knows
those
where
days,
it's at. Yeah.
knows where just about everything's at.
Yeah.
So I asked the gas station attendant, and the guy, I just happened to be on the other side of the spectrum, and he's like, behind us, there's a wooden fence with a private parking. And I'm like, oh, is that one of those freaking whore bars and whatever? He's like, no, it's not. You'll see when you get there.
It's a gay bar.
It's a gay bar.
Yeah.
So I pull in there and immediately Spectrum and rainbow colors. I'm like,
Oh,
fuck.
yeah.
I'm in
Yeah.
uniform.
They say, "Oh,
I'm on duty. So I'm like, oh, dude, this asshole isn't outside.
So now you got to go inside
So
and
I
find
gotta
him.
go inside and get him.
Yeah.
Freaking, open the door. Freaking bounce was like, hi, soldier boy, what's going on here, Bone? And the bar goes crazy.
And you're on CQ, so
I'm
you're
on
in
CQ,
uniform.
So I'm in uniform.
Yeah.
I'm parade.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, this is like 150 pounds ago. So I'm
Yeah.
I'm looking sharp, and because you have to look sharp, you're on CQ. So, yeah, the bar went bonkers.
This is back in the day, starched BDUs and shine
Yeah.
boots.
Starch
Yep.
BDUs. Oh yeah.
Spit
Yeah.
shine boots every day.
Spit shine boots. I'm looking the part.
Yeah.
And I walk in that bar, and I'm like, hi. Freaking everybody goes crazy. I'm like, shit.
They
And
want
I'm
the
pretty sure.
photo.
And I'm pretty sure a couple people turned their heads.
Yeah. Not get recognized.
A couple people went, oh no. So then this dude comes out. I'm like, dude, why don't you wait for me outside, man? Get in a fucking car.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like, oh, sorry, bro. So I guess he was banking on me telling everybody. I just went to bed the
Right.
next day. I got relieved of duty.
That's the thing a lot of people don't understand about the military and homosexuals in the military. Yeah, officially back then, if you were gay in the military, you'd get kicked out almost immediately. I saw it happen when I was in basic training at Fort Knox. But when you're in the military, nobody gives a shit.
I just
I
went to bed.
knew homosexuals in our units and our platoons. Nobody cares. Unless you make a deal out of it, nobody else is going to.
Yeah, I just went to bed. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, not with that guy either. Gotta clarify, bro. Gotta clarify. No, I just went to bed, man.
It's too late for your bad conduct discharge.
So I mean, but I guess he'd been doing stuff like that, like giving little hints.
Yeah.
From what I gather, I don't know if it was legitimate or
Right,
what,
right,
but
right, right.
he was definitely trying to get the grapevine to do the work for him.
Gotcha.
But then when none of that happened, because for the most part we don't give a shit as long as long as we don't have to hump your damn rucksack. As long as we don't have to carry
you do
all
your
your
damn
stuff.
job.
You do your damn job. We were. You care what you put in your butt. So it's irrelevant. So, but then this dude, he walked to that CEO's office and he was, bro, that made the rounds.
Yeah, everybody's like, no way.
That made the rounds. So we had so many dudes. We had a couple dudes in the closet until recently. They're just like, but they were outstanding guys.
I found out recently one of the officers in my unit, he married to his husband now. One of the best officers I've ever known.
Yeah, good for
West
him,
Point officer, like one of the few West Point officers that I really respect. He's a damn good officer, good man. And yeah, he's happily married to his husband.
As long as you keep that stuff separate from work.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit. No. I don't care. Never did.
You bring that stuff into work? No, then we got a problem.
No, but that's how far back. I mean, we go way back. So me and Battle Troll go way back, and we drug this introduction like way long.
Sorry,
but
no, sorry. That's pretty much our show, folks.
It's pretty much our show. You know, we got. But it's just we got a lot of. Yeah, I know. I got a timer on here. But it's one of those things like we got a lot of history together, and it's funny because we've been through we've known each other since before heavy combat and after heavy combat, and actually like living through the rigmarole of war, and being there. Like, I've seen him, you know, in the middle of shit, you know, we're engaging stuff and doing stuff, and he's seeing me freaking engaging bad guys, and there's a unique bond there that forms that's unbreakable. And we could not talk for years. And
we went, what, 10 years without talking?
Yeah, like emails and stuff like that, like just like occasional emails. And
then he called me out of the blue one day. I didn't even still have my number.
Yeah.
And he just said, "Hey, I'm coming for a job interview in Dallas. Can you help me out?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
So I drove up to Dallas, picked him up, drove all the way back to Gatesville.
Yeah.
And then it's like, "Hey, I know somebody."
Yeah, I stayed. So I just stayed here and said, "The hell with Dallas." But it's one of those things that it's unbreakable. I mean, I talk to a bunch of guys every now and then. It's like my home is open, you know, whenever they, you know, anybody, there's no questions asked. But it's a lot of years and a lot of trials, tribulations, you know, a lot of tests of not only manhood, but just you know, just you in general, you know, because we've seen a lot of our guys freaking get consumed by their demons and stuff like that, and then we just kind of dealt with ours differently, you know. So but yeah, so we've put pretty much most of our really close, tight group of friends on the podcast. We had Red Coat, which is a real close friend of ours. We had Farmer, super close friend. You know, we did that campaign thing for Rob, who's also a close friend of ours. You know, and Battle Troll is kind of like one of the last ones. We still got a couple on the fringes there that we want to bring in on a one-on-one basis, but we're trying to get the core of friends to just kind of get a glimpse of what the crew kind of looks like and what our demographics are, more or less, and we're all pretty much like-minded individuals for the most part, open-minded to a lot of ideas and things, and we all come from different walks of life, man, and it's just it's funny how that all comes together, and many years later, like, he's known me since I was a teenager, and now I'm an old dude with bad knees and bad back. So it's funny, like, I see his son come from a little peanut, which is the last time I saw him, and then freaking now he's graduating college.
You brought my brother-in-law for the delivery.
Yeah.
So now he's graduating college. What the fuck?
Yeah. So it's one of those things, like, we go that far back, you know. Time flies, man. So, which is why this podcast, one of the reasons why this podcast exists, and why I like doing this little episodes and little snippets with our friends. So when it's all said and done, when the Lord comes knocking on our door, we will always have this little period here of in time, you know, this little time capsule here where we can freaking sit back and watch each other laugh and talk about stuff and tell war stories or whatever, and just be like, man, yeah, that's how I remember that cat, you know what I mean? So,
and I'm wondering
what?
I'm wondering which, because both of y'all got kids that are grown. I'm wondering which one of you is going to become a grandpa first. 'Cause he already looks the part.
Oh, thanks.
It's not a fucking race. It's not a fucking race.
I'm not pushing that one. No. Whenever it happens, it'll happen. But I ain't pushing that.
Yeah, I mean, but
viewers and listeners, we're taking bets.
No, don't.
No.
I'm single, no kids. I'll talk shit all day.
Yeah. Fucking wreck you. Yeah, and damn freaking Christmas when we make you freaking the damn the Godfather or something, and then he has to freaking give gifts to everybody.
There you go.
Not a problem.
Yeah, but let's get into.
I'll have plenty of money for it because I have no kids. That's right.
Yeah, well,
that's right.
Well played, sir. But with that done, man, what do we got, man? What are we chopping through here on this one?
Well, I kind of want to make that its own show right there. It's just the last hour.
We could just we can scrap this and we can
No,
we can
got
split.
more stories. That dude's never ending.
We can split. So, well, fuck it. Let's keep telling stories, man.
Yeah.
Let's keep telling stories. Fuck this shit.
Yeah, screw it. I don't need this.
Fuck this shit. Fuck the notes.
Yeah.
You know.
So yeah, we were gonna talk. We were gonna talk about like Brazil and OPEC and like
whatever. Bro.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
We'll do a separate one on that. Don't worry about that. But we got a. So. Do you remember when we actually plotted to kill Stilly?
Oh dear Lord.
At one time.
He was pushing it there for a while.
Like, oh, bro. So, we had a squad leader. He's still around. He may see this.
Oh yeah, he's not very far away.
He's not very far away. So, we'll call him Stilly-Eyed Killer. We'll leave it at that.
Mouth of the South.
The mouth in the South. We'll keep it at that. That dude gave me an ulcer. That's how much stress he could bring to a small unit. I got medevac. Like
because of it, really?
Oh yeah.
I thought you were being metaphorical. You're serious. He actually gave you an ulcer. Holy shit!
He gave me an ulcer. Like I got medevac because of that dude.
He will stress the hell out of you.
Like it's service connected to this day.
Oh shit!
Yes. Like I'm getting disabilities.
Damn. All right.
Because of this dude's freaking. I had a freaking. Bro, it was a hernia in the esophagus, and then yeah.
A herniated esophagus.
Herniated esophagus, bro.
Because you were yelling at this guy.
Dude.
I don't know how else you would herniate an esophagus.
And
maybe some porn stars. What?
So.
That's some throat right there, boy.
Yeah, bro. It's dude. And the ulcer and all that. I got freaking medevac this
right.
Dude, man. That was a funny story in and of itself because when I got there, they mislabeled me. So
mislabeled you
at the cache. There was another guy with my last name, but
shit.
It was an officer.
Uh-oh.
So when I got there, they
was proper treatment as an officer. Yeah.
Yes. Was not treated as a
royalty,
as a mere
as a peasant.
As a mere peasant.
As just a foot soldier.
So I was treated as an officer. So they gave me a little robe that had captain's bars on them. And I was given I got there in the middle of the night, so I had so much crap in my system. I didn't know what the fuck's going on. I woke up and I had this private come up to my thing, my bunk, and my little gurney there in the hospital. It's like, "Morning, sir. What would you like for breakfast?" And I'm like, "What?" I was like, "What the fuck did you say to me?" Like, I was like,
what rank were you at the time, Sergeant?
I was at E4.
You were E4?
I was E4. So I was an E4 forever, bro.
Right.
Like,
oh yeah.
Dude,
I didn't think
like longer than normal
was ever going to get promoted.
Oh yeah, I was not going to get promoted.
How long were you in E4?
Bro, like most of my career, bro. Like, so I was in 6 years. I think I was in E4 for 4 of those.
What?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I was in E4 for close to 5.
What?
Yeah, no. They wanted me for all the stuff I could do. They didn't want to move me up.
I got you. God damn.
I don't have a story.
It just kept me as a fucking E4.
They just kept me as a fucking E4. But I fuck stuff up, so it's just, so there's things that are natural progression on the infantry line.
Yeah.
And I fucked those up.
Oh,
if that makes sense. Like, so you.
I don't know what those are. I wasn't even. I was armored.
So you go, okay, well, we want to move you up, and we're gonna send you to Ranger School. So we're like, okay, Ranger School, check.
Right.
They're like, okay, but we're gonna send you to Pre-Ranger.
Right.
Like, okay, Pre-Ranger, check. So I go through Pre-Ranger, and I'm okay, but I didn't think for 1 second I was getting a slot because I barely passed them 30 days. It was like,
right.
I could have sworn that at some point these guys kind of like, it's him. There's a lot of people I knew there, so that it wasn't super. It was hard, but it wasn't like I screwed up a lot of shit.
Right.
So I didn't think I was getting a slot. Well, in comes the freaking the news from Corps, from the 80 news, going like, hey, these other guys were sending for the next class. Well, that class had sent like 6 guys. That class usually like our unit would get like 4 slots or something. If I'd have gotten 4 slots, I'd have never even gone to Benning.
Right.
I did possibly the quickest turnaround Benning has ever seen. I made it past first day. So I got there, day 1, get the fuck back on the bus.
Yeah.
So we're doing this whole thing, prepping with the packing list and all this other shit was a nightmare. Get all this packing list done. I get there and I'm back like the next day before the sun comes up. I'm already back. Like, so, of course, first sergeant's already like, blah, blah, you piece of shit, you suck. Blah, blah. So shit like that started going against me.
Right.
Really. Then I wrote a bad check.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, bro. I wrote a bad check to like Papa John's or something.
It came down to like a brick shit house, dude.
Oh my God,
like,
bro.
Whoa! They went berserk.
It went bananas. So it looked like so I wasn't doing anything that anybody else wasn't already doing.
Right.
But when I did it for some freaking reason, it was like freaking super exaggerated, out of proportion.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? So we had, so it was kind of like back-to-back incidents. So I had the bad check thing, which prompted Sergeant Austin, who everybody loved. But I invited him to freaking put on some gloves and meet me in the parking lot because
He's kind of a scary guy, though. He'd walk around flipping a knife.
Like, he was a big black guy. I mean,
he was.
Just sociopathic behavior.
Yeah, he'd just walk around with this pocket knife going as he's walking down the hallway.
Like, I mean, people loved him.
He was a good guy, but it kind of freaked you out.
I mean, people loved him. I don't fucking know why. But I guess he was good. I don't fucking know. But then him and his lieutenant, they decided to, like, they went in my house.
Yeah.
And sat me and my wife down and tried to give us like financial advice and all this. It was fucking weird. Like, I was like, what the fuck are you guys doing in my house? Like, so they couldn't understand that I couldn't afford anything as a E4 married.
Right. Living off post.
Living off post.
Yeah.
I couldn't afford anything.
Yeah.
They couldn't figure that out.
Hard times.
They couldn't figure that out for the life of them. Like,
That you don't get paid shit.
you don't get paid shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't get paid a fucking thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they couldn't. Yeah, Sergeant Austin, if you ever watch this, that's what happened. You're a fucking moron. I got paid like $800 every fucking. Yeah, of course I'm gonna bounce a check. You fucking idiot. Like, I mean, these people are so out of touch, and they talk about fucking enlisted and officers,
Right.
and people make the same comparisons with celebrities, how out of touch they are because they have
Yeah.
so much money. It's the same shit in the military.
Yeah.
Once they make past a certain rank and they're making ends meet off a certain level, they completely lose touch with the lower enlisted. I made like $800 or $900, whatever the fuck it was. It wasn't a whole lot because then they start taking shit from you, and then they do the CWST bullshit, all in the UNICEF crap, and all this high school freaking funding shit. Well, they you remember that? They put the freaking poster board and they filled it up and see the platoon that donated the most to all these freaking causes.
Money.
They're always asking for money. So they're always asking for money. So it was always one cause or another, or somebody would volunteer the platoon for noble something because they want to get that attaboy from battalion. Yeah. And they're getting the attaboy at the behest of us, and taking money off our free.
Remember that one of our units was the Association of the United States Army? They owe it. Yeah, always.
So they're always taking money.
The 82nd Airborne.
The 82nd Airborne Association. But good thing for the 82nd Airborne Association, I give them this. Their rates were low, and they did have a lifetime one-time fee. So if you had $82,
I never did,
which we never fucking did.
I never signed up for it because I never had $82.
Sign up for life, but nobody had $82 fucking dollars.
I remember looking at Picard one day because he was like, "Fitcher, you got to do this, blah blah." And I was like, "I ain't got the money.
Nobody
I'm like in the negatives every month, and I got a wife and 2 kids here."
Nobody does. So I had the bounce check, right? Like I bought a pizza or something. I don't know what the fuck it was. Like, so I wrote a check to like Papa John's or whatever.
All right.
That bounced. So then they instead of trying to reach me, they sent a letter to command.
It's faster that way.
Yeah. So they sent a letter to my CEO, and so that prompted them to go in my house and talk about finances, all this nonsense. Anywho, so all that bullshit happens. Then we go to was it NTC or JRTC? I don't know which one it was.
I think it was NTC.
We went to NTC, got back. I lent my car to a buddy of mine. The hoopty. So I lent the car to him. He returned it, but he parked it slightly over the yellow line. MPs had it towed. So I get back. I ask him, "Hey, where are the keys to the car?" They're like, yeah, the keys are right there at CQ. I was like, cool. I was like, I'm coming with the keys. So he walks over, gives me the keys. So it's like, we walk to the car ain't there.
Right.
So he's like, well, if I parked it right here. I was like, well, shit. Well, what do you mean? I was like, well, it ain't here. So we go to the company areas to see if they left a ticket somewhere of, hey, we impounded your car or whatever.
Right.
No, nothing. So I file a police report. Holy shit, bro. Little did I know that apparently all Puerto Ricans steal all of cars. Puerto Ricans can never be victims of crime. They are the crime.
They are the crime.
All of the crime. So those racist fucks put me under investigation for stealing my own car.
Well, let me see if I get this straight.
Right.
So far. You think your car is stolen.
Uh-huh.
The MPs actually impounded it.
Right.
So then you make a police report to the MPs.
Right.
Who should know that they impounded your vehicle.
Right.
All right. So I think I got it. Okay. Continue.
Yeah, no. That's where I was too.
Yeah.
Until I got brought in for questioning by CID for insurance fraud.
Insurance fraud.
Yeah, I had liability insurance on a used car. Yeah, I don't get shit.
No.
Nothing.
Yeah, you had the basic legal requirement for insurance.
Right.
Yeah. Because that's all you could afford.
That's all I could afford.
Yeah. It's amazing me. It's amazing to me that an institution like the military police, as soon as they get a phone call from you and know that it's about your car and you think it's stolen, it's like, no, sir, it's not stolen. We impounded it. Why wouldn't they just immediately correct you and be like, it's not stolen.
Because
we have
it's
it.
the MPs.
Yeah, I got it. It's just that's
So they take me to CID,
right.
which is out by the Iron Mike building. It was, I thought, back in the day. So I go back over there and I'm getting grilled. They bring my friend in for questioning.
Right.
They're grilling him, and they're doing back-to-back sessions. They're not getting shit out of either one of us because we're not. They must be like, oh man, these are highly trained dudes. Must be trained to resist all kinds of, all manner of questioning. I was like, no, we're not resisting anything. We just don't know shit. So, it's like, I'm not any kind of fucking special anything. I just don't know a fucking thing. I was like, I've been in the desert last 30 days, last 30, 40 days. So then they release us at our reconnaissance, right? Because they got nothing.
Right.
And they leave it up to my CEO to administer punishment. I'm like, So I debriefed my squad leader, who was Hammerly, Staff Sergeant Hammerly. So Staff Sergeant Hammerly goes, okay, no.
So you're to be punished for reporting a crime.
Right. So he's like, no, this is dumb.
Yeah.
So
from top to bottom.
This is the stupidest shit I've ever heard. And so I go into the first sergeant's office with Hammerly, and Hammerly's like, stay outside. I'll deal with this. So he talks to the CEO and Sergeant Austin and all that. Vasquez again. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
They already got this preconceived bullshit because they're fucking assholes. They always were. I hope they see this fucking shit. Fuck those pieces of shit. Except for Sergeant Hammerly, I love you. Fucking wherever you are. So comes back. He's like, hey, don't worry about it. Squashed. Go back to the platoon. I'm like, go back to it. I never got my car. Never got my car back.
So the MPs still have it in their yard.
Yeah. So they did steal my car. They stole my car. A 95 Hyundai Scoop. Purple. They stole it. I never saw it again. It had my documents in it and everything. I had my shit of mine. It was property, personal property was in there. Yeah, I stole it forever. Never saw it again. Fuck it. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that happened to me.
This is why people have issues with MPs.
Yeah, but the thing is that this narrative would repeat itself over and over again, no matter where I went, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it'd be just random.
Oh.
Yeah.
Here's a good one. So, we're in Kosovo. We're coming out of the chow hall / everything area, coming out to our tent.
Yeah.
We just walk out the door. Mouth of the South is standing over at the entry to his tent, and there's this little wood bridge thing they made to cover some lines that were on the ground. So we were just getting over that. And he must have been 15 yards away. And he's saying stuff and getting good old Hesco aggravated again. And he sees him, he's like, fuck you. He has this can of Coke in his hands. Well, he does this, and it slides out of his hand, goes launching through the air, and nails him right here in the head.
So
if he's sitting there going like this, just completely freaked out, still he gets impaled by this damn can, knocks over, and he's like, cut, and he gets cut and everything. He didn't know what to say.
Slipped out of your hand. That's the story I'm hearing.
yes.
Slipped out of your hand.
Steely goes into it, didn't even say a word. He was so stunned. He just went in the tent.
Bullshit. He said a lot.
Oh, he never did anything, though.
He said a lot. He just couldn't fucking see. He just couldn't fucking see. Now, it was completely, where I hit him and how I hit him was completely...
That was a complete fluke.
Complete fluke. The intention was there, but I did not intend to hit that guy like I did. So I had a routine. When we got back from patrol, we had a freaking ice box that had the coldest freaking soda in the world. I would grab a cold-ass Mountain Dew, and it was Mountain Dew, not Coke. It was cold-ass Mountain Dew. And I would sit just outside of where the coolers were.
Right.
And we're like in a little quad space there, and our hooches are left and right like that. On that little bridge, I would set my soda down, and I would pop a fresh pack of Newports, because I'm usually just like a chimney on patrol.
Right.
Oh,
all the way back. So by the time I get back in there, I ain't got shit. I ain't got no fresh cigarettes. So I'll fucking pop a fresh pack of smokes, and I'll smoke a cigarette. And that was my relax back from patrol thing.
Right.
Well, Stelly had to go and do the debriefs. So he goes up, and he's in the talk doing the debriefs. Well, he walked downstairs and walked past me, and he's jaw-jacking like he always is. I'm back to back, I'm ran down diggity doo, me back down down down. Motherfucker, goddamn, don't back down down down. So yeah,
sure,
I mean,
dude, if you ever meet him, that's exactly what he sounds like.
Bro, you see,
Boomhauer,
like Boomhauer, like just like Boomhauer, bro. He came before Boomhauer. So
Yeah.
So he ding dong, and as he's doing that, I thought that he had purposefully slapped my soda off the freaking thing, off the banister.
Okay.
So I saw it spill, and I grabbed it, and he took off. He saw that it spilled, took off running. Well, his hooches was the last one on the right. So I grabbed it, and then it slipped out of my hand. It just happened to catch him perfectly as he looked over, and it hit him right in the face, man.
It was beautiful.
Oh, bro. Pow! He didn't fall, but he took a couple steps down and whipped out a knife. He's like, I cut you!
That was his answer to everything.
And then he put his knife away. He's like, Damon, that's so bad. He just yelled some other stuff and went back inside his huge. I was like, oh,
Nothing ever happened.
Nothing happened. I mean, I thought I was like, oh, I'm fucking fucked. You know.
What rank were you at the time?
E4.
What rank was he?
He was an E6.
Yeah, assault on an NCO.
Yeah, I thought I was fucked.
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, dude. So we brought this story up on a post on Facebook, and he's like, it's funny what people remember and blah 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 blah, and like kind of disparaging this story. But bro, he got verified, a lot of verified sources on this one. That's exactly what happened. Now I can tell you, honest to God, there ain't no way in hell you could pay me to freaking throw that gun with that level of accuracy.
Wait, how far was it? How far was the shot?
It was
man,
like 10, 15 yards.
10, 15 yards.
Yeah, it was far.
Yeah,
nice short snap pass.
Bro, it's like quick release.
I just remember it going and then him,
right to the fucking eye.
Right to the fucking
I remember him saying, I didn't mean to do that. But it
of course, that's what you say right before the narrative gets written.
Yeah.
An official document. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah. Bullshit, you didn't.
Nobody was more surprised than I. I tell you, man, it's just. I mean that.
Dear PC.
I mean, fuck, man. So I definitely did not want to freaking.
Yeah.
So we ended up. So even though this guy was so toxic and destructive and disruptive, we ended up developing a loyalty for this guy and a liking to him.
Right.
Because he was a likable dude.
Right.
He
was a likable dude. Like, you could tell that all his misgivings and shortcomings were not intentional.
Gotcha.
There was a marked difference between him and fucking Dotton and some of these other fucking dudes.
Right.
So he may have not done things the way we wanted them done or the way we would have done them.
Right.
And we, like, when I became a squad leader later on in life, I never did things like he did anyways. But I can't say that I didn't learn shit from him. Because I did. I learned a lot. And not just what not to do, but I learned a lot of good stuff from this guy.
Yeah.
So we just had a lot of hilarious moments because we were all learning.
Right.
We were all learning how to be men. We're all learning how to be leaders. We're all learning how to be all at the same time. So it's all of us learning and growing up together at the same time because, that's just how it was. But
it was funny. When I went to 3rd ID, we ended up going to NTC for a rotation, and he was there, and he was part of the Tarantula Squad.
Yeah.
And he ended up.
Tarantula Squad.
Oh, they're the ground guys for the infantry. The what do we?
So
there's different squadrons, and they were Tarantula, which meant they stayed with the infantry as the observer.
Okay.
They were the OCs.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And he saw I was there, so he was immediately, that's my platoon, I'm staying with those guys.
Right.
Well, we're going through and we're doing stuff, and we start doing some mount, and I got my team, and we're going in, and he goes, what are you going to do if you get hit? I was like, well, my guys are going to continue on and do mission. That's I taught them the way I was taught. Mm-hmm. And he goes, we can't always be in front. And I looked at him, I was like, you taught me to always be in front. And he's like, no, I didn't. I was like, yes, you did. And that's the way I run things. I'm in front. And it was so funny, because then he intentionally kills me, and my guys go on, continue mission and stuff. And he goes, see, now look at your guys, blah, blah. And I was like, Stilly, why are you sitting there trying to bash what you showed me how to do?
Yeah.
You know, he was so strange.
So I think he just got bored.
Yeah.
And just started fucking with people.
Mm.
To be honest, I think he just got bored. A lot of the time, he just got bored and started fucking with people.
Oh, you missed it when he and I almost got into a fist fight.
Oh, dude, he almost got in a fist fight with just about everybody he met, man.
We got in a fight in front of the medical battalions in the Dust Bowl in Iraq. Where the battalion set up there at the end after hostilities. That all those houses that were almost never finished and.
Yeah, you talking about the in Gazalia?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we ended up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that was the battalion headquarters.
We were there for a little bit, and this is when he started developing PTSD, and we didn't realize it till right near the end when they sent him home. Just how bad it was.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But he was just anyway. So he's just aggravating the living hell out of me, and I'm a turret gunner for him at that point. And it got so bad. We were in an LMTV, and he was down on the ground, and he was just, doing what he did to him. Same type of stuff. I came flying out of the truck, and I just ripped off my body armor, and I ripped off my uniform. I was like, let's go, motherfucker. And he was like, whoa, 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 no. See, I'm staff sergeant. No, he was sergeant first class at that point. I'm sergeant first class.
That guy, so he
had a fake nut.
He had a fake nut.
Yeah, he lost one in a jump, bro. Bro.
He's like, no, see, it's fake. And he would grab it and squeeze the crap out.
Was it on a jump that he lost it?
No, it was football.
It was football. Oh, okay,
football
yeah.
when he was in high school.
Yeah, he lost a nut in football.
He had a prosthetic testicle.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to be embarrassed.
And he used to just pull that thing out and just squeeze it in front of everybody. Just like,
see? And we're all like,
freaked we all just like, what the fuck is...
What the fuck, bro?
And then we had Puglisi.
Yeah, Puglisi.
That dude had a nut sack from hell. Dude, I'm serious. He could pull it out and just stretch the whole thing out like that.
Pudge.
He would wrap cigarette packs in there and tuck it back in there and go to the field.
Yeah, bro.
What the fuck are we talking? This ain't that kind of show, bro.
Got two paratroopers on the show, bro. It's that kind of show now.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm telling you, man. Pudge was something else, man.
I still talk to him. He's fucking funny. That guy was awesome. They tell you, man. You go into that place and it's just like, what the? Where did they find all these fucking people? This is crazy.
Freak show.
I'm telling you, man. It was like it's a combination. So it's kind of like those. You remember all those shitty DC superheroes that they just never made movies out of and just show up and that's what we were.
Yeah.
It's just, like just a combination of those weirdest freaking cats you could find, and it's just all thrown up together. Everybody
Fort Bragg's bargain basement bastards.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, but you did. So all these guys were goofy and crazy as hell. But I'll tell you what, you didn't. When you had to do the kind of missions that we were being asked to do, they were the guys you wanted.
Yeah. It was
crazy.
It's usually how it works. That's why the American military is so misunderstood around the world and so respected, because of shit like that. You get a bunch of weirdos and freaks and just general degenerates together and make one of the strongest fighting forces on the planet.
Yeah, but I mean, it's we have the unique ability to individually create our own mayhem.
Right.
And and it's something that happens no matter where we go. So we can be just on a regular tour, visiting a friendly nation, and shenanigans are going to happen.
Yeah.
It's just inevitable. Somebody's going to do something. Somebody's going to punch somebody. It's
right.
Because we have to. It has to happen. So, but we had guys on all those tours that were just freaking absolutely bonkers, man. And we had freaking goddamn. So Bridger, he smoked, but he never bought cigarettes.
Oh, one of those.
Yeah, he would
Ever?
bum off everything off everybody.
He never bought cigarettes, and even there was one time where I offered to buy. I just bought him a pack.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't put it in his pocket. So he would just come back to my room and freaking grab it. So I would just have a pack that he could just bum off of that.
That's
It was
odd.
just,
Yeah.
yeah. It was insane, man. One day, I forget what the fuck he did to me, but he pissed me off, something serious. I was freaking super pissed off at him. We had just gotten back from PT.
Yeah.
And that pack of smokes, I put every one of those filters on my butthole. all 20 cigarettes. And put them back.
I remember you told me about that.
Put them.
I tried not to laugh in front of me.
You nasty motherfucker.
I painstakingly spun every one of those freaking cigarettes around the rim of my butthole and put them back in that pack. And put that pack back and told everyone in the platoon, don't bum cigarettes from Bridger.
Oh, yeah.
Because
That was good.
Because they're full of my butt. So we're sitting there in a room, and freaking, you remember Sadler had that room in the corner with the window.
Yep.
So we used to smoke in there because the window was open, and he smoked weed in the room and whatever. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But I just told him, I was like, don't fucking bum smokes off of this dude. Ask me for a cigarette, don't ask him. So he thought he was being generous now because he's got this pack of smokes that I furnished. But now he's being generous, like trying to pay everybody back. But people just turned him down left and right because they already knew that I rubbed every single one of those on my butt. And he's like, man, these things just taste different. And everybody in that room was
It tastes like peanuts and corn.
everybody in that room was like,
Oh my god.
This reminds me of the DFAC. I don't know why.
oh my god, this, I mean, we just did.
Why does this taste like veggie omelet?
We had so many little things like that we did. I mean, it's just, but the 82nd was just it's a weird place, man. Like, I remember we had, I remember coming in one morning and there was these bags hanging out of the windows. Like, just these bags. And as I'm walking up to the building, I'm like, what the fuck are these bags? I'm looking up, and they're like fucking 2 stories up. And then one of those bags is fucking wiggling. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Fucking dudes inside those sleeping bags got hung out.
Hung out the window.
Hung out the window in freaking sleeping bags. And so I walk up. I'm an like I said, I was an E4 forever.
Right.
So I fucking walk up, and I'm like, who the fuck? I was like, it's like, There'll be butterflies soon.
Oh my
Don't worry
God.
about it. I was like, man, whatever. Those poor guys, man. We
There'll be butterflies. What the
there'll be butterflies soon.
What was that weekend? We all came in Monday morning and it looked like freaking war had broken out between us and Delta. They had paintball. Somebody started a freaking war. I think it was Saturday night. Drunk as usual.
Yeah.
And they had paintball wars. Just building to building. It was those old Vietnam barracks.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's awesome.
Both sides were just covered in paintballs. Then it got bigger because someone came up with a fucking thermite grenade or something and set the dumpster on fire.
Yeah.
Was it you?
No.
No.
I set other shit on fire. That I would later get arrested for.
Picaro came in for that one and he lost his freaking mind.
No,
Oh my gosh.
I'm the one that painted the building all weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they asked me to fucking. So they, I guess they had discussed that they were gonna paint the buildings, And our first sergeant, his infinite wisdom, was like, I'm going to get ahead of the curve. These buildings are 3 stories tall and, huge. So he gets all this paint and these freaking rollers with long-ass sticks and all the freaking things. And he goes like, Vasquez, go ahead and paint these buildings. Like, paint the building. I was like, you need scaffolding to paint these buildings. So he puts a detail together that I'm allegedly kind of in charge of somewhat. So we're like, we can't paint the building, man. I was like, just paint the goddamn building. I was like, okie dokie. So we start freaking rolling, and it's a different color than the rest of the building. So we just kind of like paint it as far as the roller would go and just keep going. And that's how we did. The first half of that building was all these little stripes going up and down because these guys are all different kinds of height, so they're getting to as far as they can. And, dude, that fucking the battalion sergeant major, saw that fucking building.
Was it the short one?
No,
was it Ramos? Was that his name?
Sergeant Major Serrano.
Serrano.
No, it was Serrano.
It was Serrano?
Yeah, Serrano.
Who was the short one before him that used to smoke while we were doing battalion runs?
That was him. The Al Pacino looking dude.
No, there was the bigger Puerto Rican guy, and then there was a little guy when I first got there. He was a short little fucker.
Yeah, no, that was Martinez.
Okay.
Sergeant Major Martinez. Yeah, that was different. Now that guy, he was not very social, but no, it couldn't have been. Because Serrano was with us all the way right up to Iraq.
Yeah, he was there.
And
there was that
Rodriguez.
Yeah, okay. Because he was a short little bastard.
So, yeah, but Serrano Sergeant Major Serrano used to smoke on formations and stuff like that. That's crazy.
He would race ahead of the entire battalion, get to the turnaround point, pull out a cigarette. Then everyone would go in and he would take off again.
We do a battalion run.
Yeah.
And I saw him fall out. And I'm like, oh shit, Sergeant Major falling out of this fucking thing? He come running back with a cigarette in his mouth. I'm like, fuck, all right.
They just stopped to light a smoke. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy. So I painted that. Remember when I blued the weapons?
Oh, yeah.
You blued them?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. How'd that work?
It didn't.
Yeah, of course not.
It didn't. It didn't. And then I left the Army.
And then you...
Yeah, I left the Army. Yeah. Dude, we tried telling them this ain't gonna fucking work.
It was that spray crap.
That spray bullshit.
Somebody had conned them into buying cans of this shit. It was horrible stuff. It didn't do anything. They were like, no, it's new bluing. Yeah, it was like almost a silverish gray.
It's battleship gray.
And they were spraying everything when it would come off.
It did not stay on.
No.
So we're trying to tell him that that's not how you...
That's not how you blew metal.
That's not how you blew metal. And also...
rattle cans? I mean, what?
Yeah. And it's also not how you spray paint weapons.
Nah, no kidding.
So he fucking made us do it. And we had... So if you guys know about weapons and paint... there's a lot of interior components to those weapons that cannot get paint in them or bluing or none of that stuff because they're going to cause malfunctions in the weapons as the way the system operates. So we had to break down these weapons to the receivers, the frames, to the 85% receivers. That's how low we had to break these things down. It was 30 level maintenance.
Yeah.
So he made us do this shit. And then we had these clothing lines with freaking coat hangers where we set up a paint room inside and outside, wherever we could. And we started spray painting these things. And so the thing is that there was a whole... I knew this was a disaster. But so there was a group of people that were going, we shouldn't fucking do this. Well, I was telling the first sergeant I could make it happen. We can make it happen. Because it's garbage. It's just not.
Yeah.
It's just trash. I had like weeks left in the Army. It's like these weapons are gonna look like ass because we had spray painted one as a test, and it had dried completely, and it was battleship gray, like completely gray, like gray.
It was terrible, seriously.
Like more on the white side than on the black side of gray, like
really light gray.
Yeah, really light gray.
Really light.
So I think it was like a 9mm that we did, or something like that, like a test. We
I
got like
know
the
a bunch
smallest.
of that shit got done, and it was just.
We got like the smallest piece of equipment we could, and to test it out, and it looked like ass. And I'm like, yes.
So you did all of them like that.
Yeah. Then I left the army.
I think I left the unit about that time. I went to Benning. I'm glad I didn't see the repercussions of that because I was just like, yeah, it was horrible.
Oh yeah, it was
awesome.
bad. It was really bad. I still don't know what happened after that.
Yeah.
Because I think I was still there when we put them all together and put them back in the armory, but that was my last hoorah there, and I bounced. So. Yeah, bro, that was a disaster, man. We had so many, so much freaking crazy shit.
Remember when Stilly dropped Fundoc in the middle of Fatina while we were on patrol and left him?
Whoa.
And all of us stopped and we're like, we ain't leaving him here. It was middle of the night.
Yeah, he got fed up with him.
Yeah, and he was like, Fundoc, get down! Fundoc was our commo guy at that point.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, okay. He loved pissing off Stilly.
Yeah.
So he got down the front leaning rest, and he was just sitting there, and he's like, all right, let's go. We're like, what? He's like, come on, leave him.
Where was this?
It was in Kosovo.
And we were like, no, we ain't doing it. And that was the first time all of us went, no, we ain't playing this game.
Yeah.
But Fundoc got back at him later. He tainted his food.
I mean, we all got back at him somehow.
Tainted with his taint?
Yes, he dipped his balls in just about everything.
I was being facetious. You're fucking serious?
I'm dead serious.
That's hilarious, dude.
Unfortunately, he got caught because Stilly found a pube in his mashed potatoes. And he was like, Fundoc! And he just smiled and, what's on? That guy was such a goofy bastard. Oh, I loved him.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, it's just so much, so many shenanigans, bro.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, Fundoc was, so we had that community shower in Kosovo. So we go in there, and it's Fundoc, I think Sadler. No, I don't know who all was in there, but Sergeant Rouse, who was he wasn't a sergeant at the time, but Rouse.
I haven't thought about him in a while.
So Rouse was in there as well, and Rouse, black guy, well endowed. He's in the shower. We all know Rouse got a huge hammer. We've known this forever. None of us give a fuck. So, but we had almost like forgotten that he had such an enormous freaking dong. So we're sitting there washing, and everybody in a community shower, we're all like facing the wall. We're like, nobody's looking at anybody, right?
Yeah.
Freaking Fundoc was like, fuck, snake! Everybody in the shower turns around, and here's freaking Rouse turns around, and his freaking enormous dong just swinging left and right. He goes, ha ha ha, fucking hilarious. we're like, holy shit!
Dude, Fundoc had no shame. He didn't care.
Look at the size of that thing. He's like, God. He's like, fuck. He fucking like turn around. He's like, fuck, you fucking assholes. He went to shower. And I was like, damn, bro. Like he had an unfortunately large freaking penis.
He said unfortunately large.
Oh yeah, ain't no way you could use that whole thing. I mean, well, maybe he can. He is gay, so. I mean, Found out later.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Good for him. Congrats. He blocked me on Facebook.
Oh, did he?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was making fun of him for being gay and having a huge dong. I don't know. Just said some shit. He got pissed off and fucking blocked me on Facebook.
What'd you say? I'll fucking trade you?
I don't know. I can't. I mean, what for? Can't put that thing anywhere. Ain't no way you're wearing shorts.
Get a shoulder workout just trying to jerk off.
That freaking thing.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah, the Lord is right. He gave him a California burrito. Burrito, California. Poor guy.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Oh, my God, man. Yeah, freaking Rouse, man. That dude, Dave, fucking snake. That poor guy, man. Turn around, we're all just looking at his thing, just like a pendulum, just like, I'm like, oh shit. It's like, I forgot about that. Oh my God, man. That guy. Yeah, this just the. I mean, then we had Captain Evans.
Oh gosh, Captain America.
Yeah, that dude actually went pretty far in the military. So
Yeah, he's in Pentagon somewhere still.
yeah, he actually went pretty far. I ran into him again in Afghanistan. By then he was full bird, and all this other stuff. But yeah, he went pretty far. But he freaking rode us hard, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Fuck.
Yeah, and he hated me because I didn't fit his image.
Oh yeah. So Battle Troll's always been on the bigger side of things, and
But I always scored in the 280s at least.
but you always maintain a high PT score. So for you guys that don't know, the 82nd, I don't know if it is like that now, because now they got women with Ranger tabs and all that, and and all fucking
it's a
liars.
different world. Oh,
Yeah.
and then now snipers.
Yeah, because they could totally do the job. But anywho, so back then, you had to maintain a PT average of 270 and above, just stay on.
Mm-hmm.
If you failed at maintaining that average, you got like one more go. And if you don't make it, if they don't have any spots at maybe S&T, maybe, but you still had to do a PT over there. So service and transport.
Okay.
So service and transport is where they got the truck drivers and all these other, but them cats still got a PT because they're service and transport for light infantry, so they're with us. So the PT standards got to be the same because these guys are in the field just like we are. So they may get to go back occasionally and pick up stuff, but they're in the field. They may get to sleep under their trucks or in their trucks. Point is, they're out there. So if you get to S&T, you don't have long there before you're gonna have to pick up that PT score again, or you're out. Usually you end up in 10th Mountain or 101st or freaking wherever. But this cat always had some of the highest PT scores. He was right up there in the upper echelon with everybody else. So it's 280s, 285s, whatnot. But he didn't like it. He didn't look like a square-jawed action hero, and
I was too short, and he thought I was fat.
Too short. Well, you were. It's just there's a difference between being fat and
I couldn't run like
not,
the wind, but I could
not being able to do anything.
Do push-ups and sit-ups.
But you were a thick boy that could freaking move his ass, and nobody had to pick up his rucksack for anything. He never had to do a supplemental PT test. I mean, he passed his tapes. So I mean, it's just one of those things that he just didn't fit the mold. But
barely. Yeah.
So he took exception to that, but yeah, I mean, it's that guy when we got the mission to set up Firebase Rock in Kosovo. That was his Omaha Beach there for a minute. Good God, man! So we hadn't set up a new Firebase in Kosovo in forever. So, but because of the threat of the Macedonians coming across, we set up this fire base in the middle of nowhere, and that's what we would launch.
Neighbors, the fucking Mac snipers. They had this thing we called Sniper Rock that kind of jetted out and overlooked the valley on their side. Every morning, those bastards would get up and we'd go, "Hello!" And they would say hello back. And they were only 100 yards away from us.
Yeah.
We were, at one point, we were the furthest deployed unit in the United States Army.
Yeah.
Because we were right on the damn border.
Right on the border. So then, I forget who our lieutenant was. Was it? I forgot.
Oh, it was still Sling Blade.
Oh, yeah, Sling Blade.
Sling Blade.
Yeah, if you ever saw him, you'd be like, yeah, okay, that's Sling Blade.
He looked like he wanted one of them French fried taters. Good guy, though. Mustang. He's former E6. So
unfortunately served with civilian and hated him.
And me. So, because, he was an E6, and then we lost him. He disappeared.
Special operations.
Yeah, well, he was an E6, and he disappeared. And then he showed up with bars, and I was like, that's fake. And he's like, the fuck it ain't. My name's Lieutenant. And I'm like, I know who the fuck you are. Hodges.
Or Hodges.
Hodges. I was like, I know who the fuck you are, Hodge. He's like, no, that's Lieutenant Hodges. I went to OCS, you big dumb truck. I was like, oh, that's where you've been this whole time? I'm like, yeah. Oh, that guy ran us into the dirt, didn't he?
Oh, my God.
Bro, he could PT like a monster, bro.
Yeah, he could.
So Hodges. Yeah, but bro, that guy
makes it streamlined.
They had a rack on him though, like freaking ribbons. Good God, what a fruit salad! He had been in the Gulf and Desert Storm and all this other shit. I think
he left us and he went special operations. Yeah. I saw him one more time after that.
Yeah, he's on the History Channel. He's on an episode of Shootout.
Yeah. No kidding.
Yeah, he made the news there. I guess. I mean,
right.
He was in a big bad shootout somewhere with Green Berets.
Gotcha.
But yeah, he's a bad dude, man. In his own right.
Good guy.
Good guy, man. But yeah, Sling Blade, we called him. He didn't look like Billy Bob Thornton on that movie.
Captain America didn't like him when we called him Sling Blade, though.
Oh yeah, no.
This ain't Hollywood, motherfucker.
Yeah, but they didn't like each other anyways. But,
yeah, no.
Because the first thing freaking Evans did when he got there is he took his desk and he put freaking grip tape on the edge of his desk. He started freaking making his lieutenants elevate their feet off the desk. So yeah, he was that kind of captain. So he's smoking freaking LTs. It was, but he had his quirks, but he was a good captain. Right. So I'm still scared of him.
I was never scared. I just didn't like him.
Yeah, if he yells loud enough, I'll stand attention. Legit. But yeah, when we got to set up that fire base, man, and we started freaking actually moving material and equipment. Material is equipment, so material up there and all this other stuff and establishing it. He was like, I don't think these Macedonians are a threat. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I think that's why we're here. He's like, I don't think these guys are a threat, man. I'm like, I mean, they sent us here for a reason. Let's go up. We went up there. We went up to the checkpoint. So we walked up there and with the Macedonians, because we deployed from Macedonia, which is like odd. Like our first stop into the Kosovo theater of operations was Macedonia. So how are we at odds with the Macedonian military? Like we were in their base.
Yeah, it was weird.
We deployed from their.
That sounds weird.
We deployed from their rear.
That's the thing. I remember Macedonian troops in Iraq when I was there in 08.
Yeah, we're friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I played pool with them. They cheat like a motherfucker. But
I'm sure they did.
They really do.
They have some killer ass chocolate in their MREs, man.
I never had their MREs.
So that's what we ended up doing. So we traded American cigarettes.
They had one of the only operational bars on Taji, and they invited me over one time, and that was fun.
Bro, I bet. So drink a lot of ouzo?
I don't remember.
So that's that.
Because I don't remember.
That licorice. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Well, they had booze at the.
That's why he doesn't remember.
I don't remember.
They brought booze.
I have no idea what the hell I was drinking. I couldn't read the labels.
But we went up up to that.
Half the time I couldn't understand what they were saying.
We went up to that checkpoint where they were holding, and they were just as confused as we were. We get up there, and the Macedonian lieutenant's like, "Hi," and we're like, "Hi." They're like, "What are you guys doing here?" It's like, "Oh, what are you guys doing here?" It's like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "You guys were supposed to come and attack us," and they're like, "Well, what?" With tanks. It's like, "What tanks?" Not a fucking tank. I'm also, we didn't got no tanks. I said, "We're over here making sure that the freaking bad guys from this conflict over here across the border don't spill into our borders." We're like, "Oh, that's how they told us." It's like, "Wow, do you have cigarettes?" I was like, "Yeah." "You want some?" "Yeah." What do you guys got?" "We got chocolate." All right. So we just traded cigarettes for chocolates and went back to our post.
I had Sling Blade take me up there once. He was going up. And I was like, "Everybody else gotten to go. I ain't gotten to go yet. I want to see that damn BTR they got up there."
Yeah.
He was like, because I was the anti-armor guy for a long time. So
yeah. Well, you
studying
did that to yourself.
Yeah, it's studying everything and then not being able to actually go see one.
Right.
Getting annoying. So he took me up there, and they let me get in there, play with the turret, do all kinds of stuff. Their commander was like, so I'm just playing. This is fun.
Well, he did that to himself because he had the longest miles gear kill.
No, that wasn't me. That happened just before I got there.
No, that was you with the fucking with the javelin.
You sure? I don't remember
with the javelin.
Me. Yeah, with javelin.
That was you.
Are you talking about the NTC thing?
NTC. Yeah. That was you. With the carry.
Yeah, and they never gave me anything for it. They gave, what's his name, Bates or whatever the hell his name was?
Bates, yeah.
They gave him an award and shit for his javelin. And you know why he got a javelin working? Because I was there making sure it ran. He goes, "Oh, I'm going to get one kill." Meanwhile, I didn't get shit.
Master Bates.
Yeah, Master Bates.
That's what we call them, Master Bates.
Of course, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, because why not?
I'd call him that too. You have the last name Bates. Yeah.
He got an award for something I did, for sure.
Really?
Yeah, I pushed him into some concertina wire. And they credited him.
How are we going to cross this?
Oh. You son of a bitch. You used him as a bridge?
Yeah.
You asshole. Did you tell him first? No, you fucking didn't.
That wasn't V's MO. He just like, I got an idea.
Yeah.
He just did stuff.
So
We're like, okay.
They gave him an Archon, bro.
They gave him an Archon?
Body breaching concertina wire. He was fucked. He was so fucked up over there.
He was pissed, too. Oh, my gosh, was he pissed.
He didn't know how he had fallen into that because he was standing right
He didn't feel the boot on his ass?
So what happened was the engineers freaking had set a Bangalore charge on this freaking objective.
Okay.
Set off Bangalore to burning, boom! It's somewhat night. It's not, it's like freaking dusk.
Gotcha.
So it's not dark enough for night vision goggles, not bright enough for
right
so
there at twilight.
Yeah, you can't barely see shit.
Yeah.
So fucking Bangalore, fucking goes off, and we take off. The assault arm, we fucking take off, and I'm freaking running, and we run into wire.
Mm-hmm.
The wire that wasn't supposed to be there.
Right.
So we stop. I'm like, bam! Freaking pushed his ass and freaking tripped him, like leg sweeped him into the wire.
Damn.
And he fell like stomach first into the wire. We just all ran over him. And it was like the company.
Oh, God. Whole company.
Yep.
So what was crazy was that I had a chem light.
Yeah.
So I cracked chem light, dropped to mark breach point, and chem light mark breach point. We go breach point. Everybody's falling right over Bates.
Right.
This guy after guy, man, at least 100 dudes over this fucking guy. He's fucking sitting there. They had to fucking pull him apart of that wire. It was bad. He had gotten scuffed up pretty good.
I bet.
They gave him a freaking Archon, bro. Like they didn't put a V on that thing because it wasn't combat. So,
I'd say he earned it, though. I mean, goddamn.
I mean, so he was pissed because he was like,
A no Purple Heart?
Oh, no, but then he wouldn't, no, check this out. Then he wouldn't admit, right? So he knew he didn't jump in that wire.
He wouldn't admit that it wasn't his decision?
Oh, fuck no. No, hell no.
Just like he wouldn't admit he didn't know what he was doing with a javelin either.
Oh, yeah, he wouldn't admit it. He said, we're sitting there looking at him like, and he's over there taking his medal. We're like, you fucking dickhead. It's like the first 12 dudes that went over, you knew exactly what happened. Yeah, he was really pissed until they started fucking, attention order. So I was like, oh, I'm not angry no more. Yeah, you fucking prick. He was a dickhead.
Damn, that sucks.
But yeah, we were working under another dude there. He was another guy that showed up on TV a couple times. Fucking Hinternish.
Oh, Hinternish, yeah. Sarnach.
Sarnach. He was kind of slimy, but not a bad guy. You know, he had his...
Yeah, he had his quirks. I know I aggravated him sometimes, but he was always backing me up, though.
That fucker put me on a diet. I was like 185 pounds.
I'm like, he did that to everybody.
Like, I'll put you on a diet. I was like, bro, because he read somewhere that a 5'9" guy at the time, it was like 5'9" guy needed to weigh 165 pounds or something.
Those stupid army weight standards.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
He read that somewhere. I was 185 pounds, slim,
yeah.
Bro, slim. Like, yeah. Stocky, slim. 185 pounds. They're like, oh, well, I'll put you on a diet. I was like, fuck, I'm fucking starving as this. What are you talking about? It's like, yeah, that guy was something else, man. But
I haven't been able to afford food in 3 fucking years. What are you talking?
Bro, there was times when I didn't have a car like I didn't have a working car, and I'm living off post. So I used to road march to Food Lion. Yeah. And fill the rucksack with food and walk it back to the house, you know. So, it's rough times over there in Vietnam, man. So,
that place, yeah.
Yeah, it's just crazy, man. But they had such a disconnect with us, man. But we still have we fit our fun where we could. I mean, the fireworks wars that we have from building to building, bro.
Delta Company was a lot of fun.
Company was a lot of fun, and then there was that one time I got in a lot of trouble for banging all the broads. This is just before you got there.
I heard about it.
So I've been in a unit. So I'd been in a unit, maybe. All right, so I'll backtrack. I got to my unit, and the first night, the E4 Mafia comes running around, knocks on my door, brand new. I get freaking roommates with this turd ball of a guy. He was a fucking piece of shit. He was hardly ever there. So they knock on my door. I open the door. I'm like, fuck, here comes the hazing. So they go like, okay, in about an hour, your job is to go to the 05, spray paint the Panther pink, and come back and report. We're like, all right, what the fuck is this Panther? Well, the 505, for you guys know, 505 Parachute Infantry Regiment, they're known as the Panthers. That's their mascot or whatever, for whatever reason. I don't fucking know their story, don't care. So they had this enormous panther perched on a rock in front of their brigade headquarters. So for years, people have been trying to paint this thing pink unsuccessfully because brigade staff duty overlooks this rock.
Right.
So brigade staff duty, all they have to do is kind of lean forward like that and look to the left, and they can see that whole fucking statue. So I don't know that. I just got there. I don't even know what this fucking rock is.
Right.
So I just know that these old guys, these older kids, these older kids are telling me what to do. You know, I'm like, okay. So they put some smoke grenades in the. They put 2 smoke grenades in the damn assault pack. One of them turned out to be fucking didn't work, but I'll get to that. So I get to the, so I, not knowing shit about how to sneak anywhere, I put on my freaking black watch cap. You know, I'm in fucking the only camouflage uniform I know, which is the one they issued me. It's got my name on it. That one. So I fucking.
Did you put paint on?
Dude, I didn't even have a camo stick, bro. I was brand new. So, yeah. So I haul ass over there, right? I'm fucking sneak. I get to the damn rock. I'm like, oh, cool. Here we go. So I pink spray paint. I get this whole freaking thing pink. Now, right as I'm finishing up, I look over and I notice that you could see clear inside the freaking brigade building. That's when I noticed it, when I'm almost done. I'm like, oh, shit. You a break?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
All right. Anywho, old man. So I get this thing. Painted, and right as I'm figuring out that this guy is that you could see inside the building, I see a freaking head come over like that, and just we lock eyes. I'm like, oh shit, I just got caught. This staff duty NCO jumps over this desk that's like that high. He jumps over this thing in one bound, like. Whew. I'm like, oh shit. So I grab my assault pack, grab the freaking smoke grenade, pop the first one, freaking throw it over my shoulder, grab the second smoke grenade, and it's done. Like there ain't shit in it. It's got a big old hole running right through it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was popped previously or it's dunnage. So I'm like, oh shit. And right as I'm looking at it, I'm running and looking at this thing when I get tackled.
Yeah.
Freaking, then the whole parking lot turns red. It's like red smoke. It's like red smoke all over the parking lot, and I'm like freaking eating pavement. Like, bah! I'm like, fuck. So here comes the MPs and all this other stuff, and they hook me up, and immediately so I get released right away. Like I don't even see the inside of a jail. They just go right back to my unit and like fucking drop me off. I was like, you're in a lot of trouble. Don't go nowhere. It's like fuck. So. I get
a legend by the time I got there. I heard all about it.
So they bring me in for questioning because the charges were vandalism and detonation of live ordnance on post, and I'm brand new. So they're like, "Where'd you get the smoke grenades?" I'm like, "I've had those." It's like. No. Who gave you the smoke grenades? It's like, no, I've had those like forever. They're like, you've had those for yeah, from the field.
From the field.
I've been in the unit like 3 days.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
from the field in Benning.
I don't even know where the field is.
Yeah.
So like. Where'd you get the smoke grenades? So I was like, from the field, whatever. And finally, they got fed up of asking me questions. They're like, you know what? We know what this is. Fucking, you guys deal with them. So they went from the big ass Article 15 and charges and all this crazy shit. They're like, all right, this is clearly hazing, so we're gonna hit them with. So they hit me with a summarized, but it was 45.
Right.
So 45 days restriction, 45 days extra duty. But I had to do them at the 05. Yeah. So I get there.
So you become their slave.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So I end up going to 05, and I had to freaking clean up the fucking disaster that I made, painting this thing pink. And the staff duty shows up because I show up to report for the extra duty. He's got this enormous book of hand receipts. All these hand receipts, and I'm like, the fuck are we doing? Like, I thought I need to clean that. Clearly, I have to clean that, make it black again, paint it the way it was painted before, you know. That much was explained to me before I even got there. So I'm like, the sergeant goes like, yeah, here's your hand receipt. I need you to inventory all these rocks. And I'm like, yeah, there's one. Yeah, because it's perched on a big rock. He goes like, no. And he points down. It's the fucking gravel pit. All these fucking rocks that are there, half are painted white, and the other half had a fucking serial number that corresponds to a fucking serial, a damn receipt in that freaking hand receipt book.
Yeah.
I'm like, You fucking kidding me? I don't know how many of those rocks I got through. I don't know if the whole pit was done like that. I don't know if it was just like a little section that I was standing in. I have no idea. But I went through quite a bit, and then after I repainted this whole freaking thing, got it all done up. But so all that happened before he got to the unit. But then, so while I'm 45 days extra duty, this other shit happens. So I knew a girl that lived in the barracks behind us. So behind us, it was headquarters, 82nd Airborne, which had all the ladies on the first floor for some freaking reason. So
easy access.
Or it was for me, yeah. So I already had an in with one of them, so I started talking and whatever, and it got really friendly with her, and so I get a call during the extra duty. This shit's happening. I get a call. I'm almost done with the 45 days. I get a call from the girl across the street and whatever. She's like, back then we had house phones on our freaking barracks.
Right.
She's like, hey, whenever you're done, just come on over, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, fuck you. So I get done with all the stuff, and I run across, but I'm still in uniform.
Yeah.
I run in there, and of course, you know what's going to happen. I walk in there, and it's on. So I close the door behind me, and she's freaking making out and doing crazy. And she was really loud. So she's freaking screaming bloody murder, right? Now, consensual, mind you, so don't try to me 30 years later, that's not, so that shit won't fly. So, I'm doing my thing, and and the door swings open, and this bitch yells at ease.
She yells at ease.
I'm on top, friggin' doing my thing, and she looks over me and goes, at ease. I'm like, what the I look over, and all I see is 3 up, 3 down, and a diamond standing in that door, and I'm buck naked, bro. So I stand up, I'm like, oh shit, snap the parade rest, fucking dong. I'm in parade rest. The rest of me is in attention.
Yeah.
It's like, who the fuck are you? What the fuck are you doing to my private? What the fuck are you doing? I mean, it was bad.
I'm doing a lot to your private.
So I'm like, fucking Private Gonzalez, first of the 04, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I know.
Is that what you said?
Oh, yeah. I know you're Master Sergeant or whoever the hell. I know you're First Sergeant. Get the fuck out of my building. Now to fucking grab all my shit. So I had to run out, and so luckily for me, the back side of my building faced the front side of theirs.
Okay.
So I get out and I can go I'm thinking I can go stealthily in the back door of my building. Yeah. But this guy yells so fucking loud that there was already a lot of guys already looking out their windows, and I walk out naked with my freaking shit bundled up, and everybody's like, yeah. But I told this dude I'm in the 04, so now I gotta run that way. I can't run there, so now I'm like in the middle of freaking Eindhoven, butt naked, trying to get dressed, and trying to throw this guy off, and so I made this big circle half naked. And made it all the way back to my barracks, and they're like, wow, I walked through CQ through the front of the building, and they're like, what the fuck happened to you? I was like, don't fucking worry about it, don't say shit. And I'm like, I was like, what the fuck did you say? I was like, sorry, Sarge. Everybody outranked me, I was a nobody.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'm sorry, Sergeant, It's like, okay.
God damn.
So I'll make it back, man. Dude, I'm telling you, man. So all the shenanigans, that's what he got landed into. Like when he came to the unit, I had already been.
See, and I showed up. I was already engaged. I was going to get married within a few months of being there. I'm the oldest guy there in the platoon, except for the platoon leader, who was much older. He was 10 years older, but same age as my
platoon
squad.
sergeant.
Platoon sergeant, I was older than he. Well,
no shit.
No, Tommy T was a little older.
No, Tommy T was older than Time. He was
than Time.
Yeah.
But squad leaders, I was same age or older.
Yeah.
I mean, I was the old guy.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone showed up and they're like, "What the hell's this guy?" Because I was about to turn 28, and it was weird. And anyway, they're telling me all about him and everything else going on, what my squad is, and I'm like, okay. The hell did I land in?
It's a fucking maniac, bro.
It did. From then, it just got weirder and weirder as time went on. I mean,
Hey, look, man, you enlisted to be a fucking paratrooper. What the hell did you expect?
I didn't know. All I was thinking of, I'm going to go jump out of airplanes.
Yeah.
That's all I was thinking. And then I get there, I'm like, I mean, no one told me there'd be guys, doing races on jacking off and, freaking,
Yeah.
doing raids and different. Just the stuff that was going on. I was like, what the hell? What's going on here?
Yeah, bro. That was on Brookville.
And here, for those of you that don't know, Hesco was skinny at one point. There he is, next to me. That was Kosovo.
I got that picture. Yeah, we got I'll put it up. I got a bunch of them, but that was Brookville. So Brookville is it's basically a village assault village. Live fire.
A lot of fun happened there.
Yeah, a lot of stuff we did.
I learned about nods there.
Yeah.
You learned about what?
Nods.
Night vision.
Nods.
Yeah, how they're not good for depth perception.
Yeah,
I did
those
my first
were
face plant there.
Those weren't. So
The
yeah,
PBS
we're
7s.
running PBS 7 Bravos. It's
Yeah.
But yeah, so that I'm probably one of, if not the only paratrooper to ever jump into Brookville. I parachuted in there.
So I'm at a law. I don't know what Brookville. What are you talking about?
Brookville's a live fire village.
Okay.
That's also on the backside of Sicily drop zone. It's and when I mean the backside, I mean like a ways away from Sicily. Like it's not like next to it at all. It's several miles. But
Okay.
if you're on an airplane, it's like 2 seconds. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, my first jump as a new guy, brand new to the unit, I get put in the front because nobody wants to cherry behind them, or they want them gone.
Right.
So they put the new guy in the front. We get the 30 seconds and everything stand by. Freaking hand the static line to safety. Freaking, I'm sitting there pumped. I'm like, this is what I signed up for. Fuck, hoo-ah, whatever. Fucking all pumped up. Freaking, fuck, go. Green light goes. I'm fucking running. It's a night jump. Freaking green light goes. I'm freaking running out that door trying to do everything they taught me. Right.
Right.
As I'm breaching the doorway coming out of the aircraft, the light turns red. And I didn't know if it was like one of those things in the supermarket where it counts people or something. I had no idea. So the light turns red. And I'm like, that's weird. But I'm still chin on chest, and I'm just, falling at freaking Mach 2, just, shit. Parachute opens, and I'm like, who the fuck is everybody else at?
That's a scary feeling. What happened?
So I'm like falling by myself, and the plane just keeps on going. And there ain't no other parachutes. I got jumps under me from Airborne school, so I know what a jump looks like from the sky. I know that much.
Yeah.
So I'm like, where the fuck is everybody? And the plane just keeps going and going and going into the distance, and I'm like, Now, I'm like, well, I better figure out where the fuck I'm at or what the hell I'm doing next, So I look around, look down, and it's dark as shit, and I see houses. And I'm like, I wasn't that aware of the brief, but I'm pretty sure we're not jumping on top of houses. But there's no lights on the inside of these houses, so I don't know if it's like I don't know what it is. I don't know where I'm at. So I hit in the middle of a 4-way intersection, fucking smashed the dirt. Bow. I go collect my parachute, put everything in a bag, get everything done, get my weapon in operation, I'm doing security, and I'm like, what the fuck? And all these houses, and I notice that right now that I'm at ground level, I can tell this is a range.
Right.
So I'm like, where the fuck am I at? Just like, this is before cell phones, but before cell phones were a real big deal. Like, cell phones existed, but we didn't, you know.
Oh, yeah, we weren't rich enough to afford them.
Yeah, nobody could afford them, I remember.
We couldn't afford them. So, I mean, I had barely even seen one at this point. It's like early 90s. I mean, mid 90s. So, so I'm sitting there like, where the fuck am I at? So I'm sitting there wondering and checking these houses out, and I'm like, yeah, this is a range, okay. And I'm like, all right, what fucking next? Like, huh. All right, by then it's been fucking 20, 30 minutes, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to smoke a cigarette. After I'm done smoking this cigarette, I'm just going to start walking where that plane went.
All right.
So thinking that that's where everybody else got to be, because that's where they were when they fucking left me.
You left them.
Yeah, clearly.
You're the one that jumped out of that plane.
I'm the one that bailed out of there. So, yeah, because my biplane was falling apart. Right? Yeah, get the fuck out of here. So before I got done with my cigarette, I see a freaking Humvee come in. And this dude freaking gets on and yells my name. It's like, hey, is this you? I'm like, yeah, it's me. Get in the fucking truck. It's like, you jumped on a red light, you freaking idiot. I'm like, no idea. I said, you're in a lot of trouble, man. I'm like, okay, more trouble, great. So, I mean, my introduction to the Army was just a lot of moments of like culture clashes. Like a lot of things that people didn't, and tough, man.
When I showed up, it all went so fast. I showed up on a Sunday, I think, and they're like, all right, just be ready. Tomorrow you'll meet your squad leader and everybody else. He was there. A couple others were there, and like, oh, hey, you're going to be weapons squad. Good luck, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay. Still, he comes running down first thing Monday morning, screaming, where's this new guy? I don't need a damn new guy. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm saying to her, yes, Sergeant, blah, blah. And he looks at me and he goes, where are you from? I was like, Houston? He goes, this guy's mine. You understand me? He belongs to me, blah, blah. Because Stillabout was from Houston.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, he and I hit it off. And I didn't know it, but they were right in the middle of doing some Jertex for a bunch of highfalutin political people, just to show them this is what the 82nd does. Well, my first jump in division was the first for everything. I think I told you this one, but we get in there. I'd never jumped to C-17, so it was first jump for that, which was cool. I don't remember if you were behind me on this one or.
I was. I think I was.
I know Harris was right there in front of me.
Is this the fog jump?
Yeah, the AWADs.
Okay. Yeah, the AWADs. No, I was opposite door of you.
Okay.
About one or two, because we were in the same gun team.
Yeah.
So they wanted us to
stagger.
So I was but I was on the opposite door.
Well, we're going, and I was like, oh, this is kind of nice, blah, blah, blah. Well, I was a little freaked out, too. Harris was like, oh, calm down. It's going to be all good. Don't worry about it. I'm like, okay. Yeah. We stand up, hook up, everything's going. They open the doors of the damn aircraft, and clouds start coming inside the damn aircraft.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, what the hell's going on?
Staff Sergeant Nagy was the jump master.
Yeah.
Was the primary jump master for that.
And they're like, oh, don't worry, it's called AWADS, it's adverse weather, it's okay, just when you jump, hold what you got, don't do nothing. I was like, all right. So they finally give us green light, we start going out. Fucking Air Force and their multi-million-dollar aircraft and some high fancy fucking guidance system they got dropped us over a damn swamp. We missed the drop zone. So we're coming down and it's in clouds, so you don't see anything. We get about 200 feet off the ground, and all of a sudden you break through the clouds, and I'm looking and I'm like, I see lights way over that way, and I'm like, they said we would see those lights, we'd be jumping right on those lights. Not where we ended up.
I didn't pay that much attention.
I did. I was scared out of my mind. I was like, I want to do this right. Well, so we're looking. I look straight down, and it's pitch black. Yeah. Can't see anything. I'm like, where the hell are we? Right then, a freaking treetop hits my boot. And I was like, crap. So I cover up, get ready, drop right through the trees. I ended up going straight down, and I sunk to my knees in muck in the swamp, and I just went, face planted after that.
Nice.
And I was like, what the hell's going on here? I try to walk, can't walk, because you sink. And, so I just spread-eagled on there, and I started low-crawling through the damn swamp till I got to solid ground. Left my chute in the damn tree and get out. We were there all damn night. And I was like, what the hell? And there was a cluster of about 6 of us that found each other. So we just sat there and we waited till morning. We jumped at about 10 o'clock that night. So about 7 a.m., sun's finally up, and they're gathering everybody up. And they're like, all right, come on, let's head back. We're doing this again tonight. And I was like, what?
Yeah, no, I've told you before, like every time there's an accident, we recock and do it again. And that, it don't matter what kind of accident, even if it's the Air Force fuck up,
yep,
you're going back up. And that jump, so to put in perspective, Sicily drop zone is about...
It's like a mile wide?
No, it's 2 miles wide, about 5 miles long, and it's white sand. There's a portion, so Sicily drop zone gets jumped 2 different ways. Either Sicily, which is a traditional path, and there's Gala, which is the opposite direction. So it's the same drop zone, just opposite approaches.
Right.
So the lead edge of the drop zone gets flipped. It's 5 miles, give or take, and 2 miles wide. There's a grandstand of bleachers. There's hard pack red clay for airland operations, and the rest of the drop zone is pretty much sand. You can see it.
Gotcha.
Clear as day. Now the cloud cover, that fog, that cloud cover is low ceiling, which means that the cloud covers below the aircraft. So the jump master, when he goes out of the door to look to pick up his geographical points for his minute marks to let everybody know where he's at, more or less, he can't see those. So he can't see his freaking marks. So the Air Force at that point takes over the dropping operation because they're calling it through the adverse weather terrain system, the AWATS.
Right.
But the plane is full of fog now, so it's a problem because he can't visually check things very well. So we're haphazardly just leaving the aircraft. Like, it's doable, but it's dangerous. So for me, when I got out, knowing that this plane, I was a little bit more experienced paratrooper at the time, in relation to him.
Yeah, that was my first jump.
That was his first jump. I already had, I was in the double digits already. But so I get out and like Battle Troll said, like, it was pitch black and we broke through the clouds, but I could see all I could see was broccoli. So if you look at the tops of broccolis, that's what the ground looked like to me. So I immediately knew. So I mean, as soon as we broke through cloud coverage, I knew it wasn't on Sicily drop zone because I'm used to seeing it from the sky.
Right.
It didn't look like anything
like it. It's a sand drop zone. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's a sand drop zone. I knew what it looked like from the sky, so I knew right away we're not where we're supposed to be.
Right.
So I'm like, focus in my eyes really well. It's like broccoli, and I'm like, shit. And then I get confirmed from other jumpers that are near me. They're yelling, trees! And you can hear them yelling, trees. So we start echoing trees back and forth. So I'm yelling in my harness, trees! Because there's a procedure you got to follow for that if you don't want to get impaled by freaking tree branches. For tree jumps, we don't drop our gear, so things change. So you don't drop your rucksack, you don't drop your 1950 weapons case, you don't drop any of that. You maintain all that because it adds added padding. Another thing you do is you bend your legs a little bit and try to protect your anus. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's legit. Yeah, and as you crash through the trees, you actually put your arms up above your face and try to protect your face as best as you can so you don't get freaking tree branches in your eyeballs or something like that. I had the softest landing on earth. Like, I got hung up on a tree, but barely. Like, my tippy toes touched, like, boop, and I just kind of like, I stood up, unhooked myself. But I couldn't get that parachute off the tree for the life of me. It was in there. So I collected my gear, freaking went on to the operation, didn't see him till the next day, and he's covered in black mud.
Yeah, had a great night.
Completely black mud, and then the other guys are like, man, this guy was drowning. I'm like, oh my God.
We could hear the gunfire and stuff, but I was like, I can't figure out where to go because there's a huge swamp, and I'm like, I don't know how to freaking, I don't know.
like,
It was a circus.
Yeah, it was a big goat rope, man. Yeah. But that jump, man, I'll tell you, that was a mess.
Then there was the one, and I remember this one because you were in front of me, and Tommy T, who always liked to say, "I do old school," blah blah.
Oh yeah, when we lost him.
He went and he would go because they would check their doors, the jump masters, and then they grab and they hold on and they lean out like this. Not Tommy T. Tommy T would lean out and he would go all the way out like this, so barely holding on.
Like tippy toes.
Yeah.
Out, full belly out of the aircraft, hanging onto the freaking handles, and completely out of the aircraft, checking the world.
But this time, he went and never stopped.
And never came back.
He went right out the aircraft. We all look at each other like, what? What are we doing now? And the Air Force guys just go, let's go. We're like, okay. So he goes up and he tops out. I'm like, I'm following. We went out, but Tommy T went right out the door and disappeared. We're like, okay.
Yeah, bro. Tommy T, bro. Tippy toes, belly out of the door, completely out, gone.
Oh my gosh, he was crazy.
He was so far out of the aircraft, all you could see was his hands, like a little bit of his hands, and so the safety's holding his stabbing line taut, and then boom, he goes and just looks at us, and we're like, what the fuck? The Air Force guy's like, fucking go, and we're like, fuck that. We're like, go. I was like, no. So there was a little bit of a back and forth there. We're like, fucking go. I was like, where the fuck are we? Because that's a problem.
Right.
So Tommy didn't land on post. So
no, he was in the way off.
Yeah, so he didn't land on post. So I knew that we were not on the drop zone. So, but we ended up actually being pretty fucking close. So we ended up at the trail end. Like, it was a long hike, but we were on the drop zone. It's but Tommy did not land on the base. He was like way the fuck out there. And I guess all the time that we spent arguing at the door kind of bought us enough time to actually get into the drop zone. But that shit, we lost. We had that one guy had his reserve pop, and he got split in half. That was. Oh.
I remember right when I was showing up, you had the guy at Jumpmaster School got his head popped off.
Right.
And then there was the guy that died on the 34-foot tower.
Yeah.
And then we had those Marines that the pack chutes.
The riggers.
The riggers.
Yeah.
One of the riggers, for whatever frickin' reason, cut all the static lines to their chutes. And they didn't find out, of course, till they jumped out and nothing pulled open. Nobody died. I think they got like...
Fucking how?
They got lucky. They
no
reserves.
Shit.
They pulled reserves because, you count to 4 and then pull reserve.
Yeah,
But, I mean, all this happening, I'm showing up and I'm like, oh, man, what am I getting into? It just... all
the Airborne, son.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it in that era where there were still a lot of safety things were being implemented.
Right.
So back then we had the old reserve shoes, the MERPs, which had a side crank fucking.
Yeah, you had a pull ring right here on the side.
That was the improved version from what I actually started with. What I started with was the first reserve chute, which the operation to that was to actually put one hand over it, pull the draw cable, drop it, and then let go with the other hand, and then dig into the pack tray, pull the reserve, and throw it out and away, and then use your thumbs to get rid of all the lines. That was the first reserve chute I started with. And then they put a spring-operated
freaking monster
reserve
spring.
Yeah. So then they put the MERPs, which is an improved version, which had an automatic deploying spring. And
gotcha.
So now it's different. It's top-loaded and everything's from the top. And they took away the side one because too many people were getting hung up on stuff, and it was and then jump masters got weaker I guess they would hang out the bird and wouldn't be able to pull themselves back in, so they started rocking themselves back in the aircraft, and they would get the reserve handle stuck on the door, and so then they had like a little chalk block that would go in there to stop it from then, but then people wouldn't get rid of it, and then when you needed the reserve, it was chalked.
Right.
So we had a lot of evolutions, but that's
Oh, and one of my favorite Tommy T adventures.
oh god.
Before you do a jump, you do all these walkthroughs and everything where, everyone stands around the jump master, and he basically starts talking through a jump. And anyway, so you repeat everything, blah, blah. Well, Tommy T was doing it, and for whatever reason, he started going off on stuff. We're all looking around at each other like, what did he just say?
Right.
Because he was like, all right, if you become a towed jumper, meaning your chute didn't pull out of the deployment bay.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're bouncing around the back of the aircraft.
Yeah.
He's like, you will assume a good L-shaped position and you will pull your reserve chute. We all looked at each other going, what?
Won't that rip you in half?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were like, hell no. And all the jump masters.
I'm no paratrooper, but I think I read a physics book once.
Yeah. But all the jump masters are walking through, checking everybody, making sure you're doing all the motions and everything.
Yeah.
And they even all stopped and went, what? No. But he kept going. He kept going off on this stuff, and we were all just looking at each other going, what the hell's he saying?
That guy was a maniac, bro.
Wants you to die.
Yeah.
That guy was a maniac, bro. He like lost pieces in Nam somewhere and just stayed in the army. Yeah, that guy was a maniac, bro. Like he had a metal plate on part of his head. It was I mean, he had fought in Panama. I don't know who he fought down there, but I don't know.
But they lost. That's
they lost for sure because he was back and he was with us. So I mean, he was a maniac, bro. Him and fucking Cesar McCoy. That was a freaking nut job.
McCoy, that guy was.
Yeah, freaking McCoy. I'll tell you that one last story before we wrap it up, man. But Sergeant McCoy, he's the one that I got introduced to this dude. This dude, fantastic human being, but he was freaking crazy and nutty than squirrel shit. This guy.
Especially after he drank.
After he drank, with him and that dude. So, like, he used to drink horny goat weed and all this.
Oh, yeah. He was always talking about the horny goat weed.
Always talking about horny goat weed. It's shit that happened before Viagra, And yeah, bro. There's like 10 kinds of things wrong with that guy.
Dude, the questions he would come up with, I don't know if I can say it or not, but the questions...
Say it. Who gives a shit?
Oh, dude, I went with him to Qatar.
Yes.
I got paired with him.
Yes.
And we went down there, and he's drunk, because I don't drink, so I gave him all my tickets to get beer.
Right.
And they were those big German ones,
Yeah.
Right.
He drank a whole shitload of that stuff. And we're walking down there, and he's like, hey, Fitz. I was like, what's up, Sergeant? He goes, you like eating the pussy?
Oh, my God.
I love eating the pussy.
Oh, yeah, he was...
I mean, just random out of the blue, and you're like, okay, Sergeant.
Yeah, bro. Like, this guy... So, he was another cigarette bummer, but I'll get to it. But, anywho, we're in the field. First time I'm in the field with this guy. We're doing OP-13. So that horrible range is freaking knock out a bunker and all this other bullshit, trench line complex, and it's a fucking pain in the dick.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's a lot of admin time because the whole company has to go through it, and it takes a while. So I was sitting next to the ammo dump. We had just picked up our ammo, loaded everything up. We're like 10th in the queue before we go up to the range and do our thing. So we got a while. I light up a cigarette. And he comes, I'm leaning on my rucksack, sitting on the ground. He comes running up to me and like baseball slides into me. He was like, let me get a puff of that. And I'm like, yeah, sure. So I give him a cigarette. He throws the whole thing in his mouth. I'm like, what the fuck? He fucking chews it and spits it in my face. And I'm like, fucking sitting there with this wad of and this hot cigarette on my face. I'm like, oh, what's going on? I was like, I catch you fucking breaking noise and light discipline in one of my perimeters again, I'll fucking kill you. Like, what the
That's him.
That's him. Fuck? It's like, what the fuck? Dude, we weren't in a perimeter. It's just, like, not at all. We're leaning next to a railroad tie log waiting to freaking go up to, like it's not perimeter. I was like,
He's another one of those a million stories.
So we're sitting, like in front of the company AO, man. We're sitting there, and with this other guy from First Platoon or whatever, we're smoking cigarettes and bullshitting, and here comes this lady, good-looking lady, with a fucking plastic bag or something or whatever. It looked like she had like a to-go tray in it, and she's holding this thing and she's walking, office wear, whatever. And he's like, man, I wish I would have brought my horny goat weed. I tell you what, there's 3 of us there. So I'm sitting there smoking, and I'm not really acknowledging what he's saying. I'm just like, I'm smoking a cigarette. And he's like, man, I would put her legs around my neck. I swear to God. He's talking all this shit, and I noticed the third guy is looking at him, and he goes like, thanks, bro. And he goes and walks up and gives his wife a kiss, grabs the bag. And he's like, the offer still stands. I'm like, oh shit, bro! I fucking flick my cigarette. I'm out of here. So these 2 are gonna roll on the ground. But yeah, it's just, that's. I'll tell you, man, that guy, man. But this episode, it's a little long in the tooth, but telling a lot of war stories and catching up with my brother here from another mother, Battle Troll. So we'll reconvene at as soon as we can and give you guys whatever we can, on some other time or whatever. I hope you enjoy the war stories from the 80 Deuce and so what do you got going on now? So we can close out. What do you got going on in life nowadays? You doing what are you doing with the schools?
We got a whole bunch of veterans that are working with the school district here.
Okay.
We're helping with security and other stuff, and we're actually going to be talking to a state representative next month trying to get financing and help him with a bill that's doing everything we're already doing.
Okay.
So there's a lot of big stuff that we're working on just to kind of, it helps a lot of the vets stay busy, and it gives them a purpose and that kind of thing. It's been a real positive program so far.
Good.
That's Friends on Duty, right?
Yeah, Friends on Duty.
Friends on Duty. So for you listeners, if your local school doesn't have a Friends on Duty program, start researching it. There's a lot of tools and a lot of federal grants, and a lot of things out there for that kind of stuff. Being on the wake of several school shootings in our country in the last couple of years, these are definitely tools that are at our disposal to put a trained combat veteran that's willing to give their time to protect little ones and assist with security on your local schools. So if you guys got any curiosity on that, look it up. I'll put some information on there, what I can find, and get you guys looking into that. But other than that, man, thanks for coming, bro.
It was fun.
Thanks for coming. All right.
Good time.